Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG, where we do one-shots, miniseries, long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. We are the second game to grace your screens today for the start of our Caravan of Cthulhu week. All week long, we'll be playing a wide variety of spooky-themed games, all in support of the Palestine's Children's Relief Fund, a program dedicated to providing medical care to thousands of injured and ill children who would otherwise lack local access to care. You'll see a QR code, I believe, on the bottom of the screen that if you scan it, it will take you to a donation page to make a donation. Or if you type exclamation donate into the chat, it'll pop up a link to the donation page wherein you can copy it, paste it into a new tab, and it'll take you to the donation page. As with all our other charity events, we'll be giving away a few prizes at the end of the week. Every donation of $10 or more will enter you for a chance to win one of our awesome, fabulous prizes, from custom character art to your own copies of some different TTRPGs. It's a week-long charity drive. We're hoping to raise as much as we can, and hopefully you are able to make a donation to a wonderful, wonderful program. Tonight, I have a copy of the book right here. We will be playing Enter the Reckoning. Before, though, I get into what that is, the whole shenanigans of that is about to take place, as it were, let's go around the table and have everyone introduce themselves. Please tell us your name, your pronouns, and the name of your character and their pronouns, and we'll start with Alice.
Hi guys, my name is Alice. I use they them pronouns. Tonight I am playing Hunter Mal Gilbert. They use they them pronouns as well.
Next up, Cyberella.
What's up? I'm Cybrella. I use she, her, and I'm playing Journey Jones, who is she, they.
Doc.
I have to mute myself. Hi, I'm Doc Rimbo. I use he, she, and they pronouns, despite what the overlay says. We were coming up with really milquetoast names, but that's not the one I'm using. I'm playing Gavin McDonald, which is just as equally dude as Dan Daniels is. That's me.
James.
Hi, I'm James. I use any and all pronouns, and I'm playing Ash Wilson, the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
I love that this is a horror game and I'm already laughing. Great. This is off to a wonderful.
You know I can't take anything seriously. It's your fault.
I mean, the problem is I can't either, but I'm going to try so hard tonight, and I know I'm going to crack. As for myself, hello there. My name is Nate, pronouns he, him. I will be our storyteller this evening, as GM in this style of game is known as a storyteller. Before we jump in, first and foremost, a content warning. This one-shot will feature and potentially feature the following: body horror, gore, violence, psychological horror, anxiety, stress, the woods, the unknown, the unexplainable, cults, and cult symbols. Hey, if any of these are things that are not to your liking or preference, that's totally okay. When running horror games, I like to be very upfront with what I've planned for the scenario. If anything becomes too much to watch or listen to, there's nothing wrong with taking a break and coming back to it later. Second, the World of Darkness setting is filled with, to quote Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice, the strange and unusual. Our story tonight was inspired by some very specific and weird pop culture entertainment that I'll reveal at the end, but it's something that maybe doesn't fit World of Darkness to the T, but I don't care because it fits the system that we're playing. Plus, it's a good theme for Caravan of Cthulhu Week. I'm excited to see how this goes and see what the four of you are able to take on, as it were, hunt-wise. Third,
Can we get bonus points if we get to guess what the source is?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll think about it.
Because you have my attention now, Nate.
Oh, yeah. I'll think about it. We'll see. Third, and it's something. This is something I like to do with almost all of my games. A quote to contemplate going into tonight's session. Nightmares exist outside of logic, and there is little fun in explanations. They are antithetical to the poetry of fear. Quote by Stephen King. And with that, let the hunt begin. Fair warning, this is going to be weirder than usual. It can't be helped. What does it mean to be a hunter? Do you do it for the money, the glory, the fame? No. In fact, no one really knows what you're doing or why you're doing it. It can be a solitary experience. Not for this group, though. No, this cell, as it were. You've all had the same experience of sorts, the same sort of awakening. The best way to describe it is you're in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. That room and that poster. The picture's something nice, a landscape, a product of some sort, a famous portrait. That room, though, is a cell. And the picture, it's different for each of you. It can be beautiful or terrible, but you're all transfixed by it. It's all a lie, though, something to distract you from the truth. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger than anyone realizes. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. Everyone feels safe in that room, but sometimes, something crawls out from behind that poster, and the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. The thing is, you four kinda can't forget what you saw. What you saw opened your eyes to the truth. This room, this world of darkness, is far more strange and unusual than you ever possibly imagined. Four of you, as mentioned, are a cell. The thread that ties the four of you together is that you've seen behind the poster. You've seen behind, or you've seen beyond the veil. You know the supernatural and the unexplainable are real, and it's up to you to deal with and take care of it. Which leads us to this story, this particular moment for your characters. It's Saturday, February 24th, early afternoon. All of you have just arrived in the small town of Night Springs, located in central Washington. You are here due to an unusual news report. In the past month, 4 people have gone missing in the nearby woods of the Mount Owl's Head Regional Park. No one knows what happened to them. The only thing that was found was a solitary piece of paper that had 4 names written on it and the symbol of a rather ornate tree. No other evidence has been found. So, like any good hunter would do, you decide to take matters into your own hands and investigate. As you pull into downtown Night Springs, tell us, as each of you gets out of your vehicle one at a time, what do your characters look like? And we will start with Alice.
Yeah, Mal is pretty plain looking, all things considered. Um, Longish brown hair that they keep just about perpetually tied up, tired looking eyes. Um, they are clutching a briefcase that's probably been filled with so many different papers. Um, for all of the money that the Gilbert family has, Mal looks like most of their clothes have been salvaged from like a donation bin, not even the thrift store itself, but the bin everyone tosses its stuff into. Um, kind of rumpled shirts and probably a few too many layers, which is handy for the Pacific Northwest. Um, Sturdy, like old, I cannot remember the exact word, but like the like old army boots picked up from like a
Combat boots.
another. Yes, like picked up just from a salvage veterans thrift or something.
And after Mal is Journey. So, Cyberella, describe your character to us.
So, Journey basically looks like more or less Cher Horowitz from Clueless. She looks basically like when anyone says sorority girl, she's what you think of. All right, she's got like the long hair. It's very blonde, very platinum blonde, and everything like that. She's got like mostly pink attire. Right now, she's wearing a bomber jacket on top of it. That's a crop top, so like her belly's exposed. Probably really bad attire, honestly, for the forest. But that's what she's wearing. And she has some tattoos on her. Yes, Clueless is amazing, and the idea of her outfits. For anyone who's on the Last Caravan Discord, she's in the art gallery, so you can go take a look at her, or on my socials. So, visual aid, but that's Journey.
Is that it? Is that
After
the piece
Journey.
of media that you were referencing? Is it Clueless? Is it the movie Clueless? Is
No,
that
that's what I
the
was.
plot?
That's what I was
Okay,
going
alright.
with.
Media.
I don't know. Maybe
I
Nate was
mean,
pulling it from
I'm
it too.
all for referencing that. I'm all for referencing that movie. It's amazing. And
A horror
brilliant. I
campaign
love
based
it
on
so
Clueless.
much.
I'm here for it.
I mean, yes, please. Speaking of, for Doc, next up is Gavin. Describe Gavin for us.
This is a great segue because if Journey is Alicia Silverstone's character from Clueless, I'm playing Paul Rudd's character from Clueless, which is Gavin gets out from the car. He has a plaid collared shirt tucked into jeans and has comfortable walking shoes on, but he's also got some layers. He probably has like a tweed coat with patches on the elbows. He is approaching 40, and his hair already has salt and pepper streaks of gray through it. But it's also it's just a mess. It's kind of like this, you know. And so and he gets out, and he has a messenger bag basically over his shoulder, and he like opens like what appears to be a prescription bottle and puts something in his mouth and puts it back in his bag.
And then after Gavin is Ash. So James.
Ash is a little bit more burly, clean shaven, but longer hair tied into a ponytail, wearing a muscle shirt and a leather jacket. He's got like motorcycle gloves on. Is just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And just takes in a very deep breath. And he's like, I love the smell of a good hunt. My goal is to break
I'm so
Nate.
easy.
Like every time I talk.
Oh, that's an easy goal. You're gonna do that within right now, buddy. As the four of you now, because I said vehicle, but I didn't actually ask this, so I should specify. I should ask for specificity's sake. Did you all arrive in the same vehicle? Did you all take your own vehicles? How'd you get here?
I think same.
Yeah, I think we carpool because we live in the Pacific Northwest. We're all about the environment, and so we're conserving gas.
Oh, so I can't drive.
One of us, it is a hybrid for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Which means we can't get away that fast.
It's a Toyota Prius.
It's a Prius.
Oh my god. Is it weird I was also thinking that? Like, no joke.
I was thinking that too.
As you get out of your vehicle, you're in the downtown area. It is not like a plurific, like big downtown. It is small downtown, like setting. So in other words, you have a gas station, you have a general store shop, what looks like someplace to eat that's like a bar or something, and then a diner. And that's it for the main street. There is outside of that, you have residential homes you can see off in the distance, but there's like a lot of land separating each house basically.
Gavin makes a beeline for the diner without explaining to anybody where he's going.
Oh my god, you guys think they have like apple pie here? They have to. It's like a staple, right, for everywhere. Listen, I haven't had an apple. I never tried an apple pie, and like ever. They didn't have it in the cult.
Never had apple pie?
No, they didn't have it in the cult. The only thing we were ever allowed to have was mincemeat pie, which is honestly kind of gross. Okay, it's not even made of meat.
I was just looking for the bathroom. I'm just gonna see if they have one in the diner.
Okay.
Feel free to look around or order pie. Goes
I mean,
towards the diner in search of a bathroom. This is horror.
The true horror is whatever resides in the last time.
Especially if you can't find a light switch.
If anyone didn't flush, the true horror is no one flushed beforehand. There's no plunger.
Oh no, that's the true horror. No plunger.
We all get germs. Game over.
So, like, I guess it'd be a good place to like talk to people, right? In like the diner, like the place to go. I guess we're going then. They're walking off after him. It's just like, sometimes you two could like put in some actual input. I mean, you're part of the group. Like your input is like important to us.
You talk enough for me, Journey.
I'm just told here to stand here, look pretty, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna just stand there and be bait.
Listen, Ash, you are without a doubt a stunning example of manliness, okay? I mean, like, honestly,
you.
I could, like, probably grate a piece of cheddar on your abs alone, but, like, we still got work to do. Like, something snatching up people, right? That's, like, the whole reason why we're here.
It's a fair point. I guess we gotta go investigate. And
Yeah,
I'll go
they
to
might
the
have
diner.
apple pie. Plus, they
Mal
might have apple
abandoned this
pie.
conversation like halfway through.
Yeah. So you
I
all go
just
to the
keep thinking
diner.
about how good I look.
I mean, yeah.
Every angle's a good angle.
You gotta stop looking at
So-
reflective surfaces the whole time, okay?
I'm
Come on.
sorry, it's a habit.
Oh, we'll enter the diner.
So all of you go to the diner. Is what I just wanted to double check.
Mhm.
I think. Well, I mean, Mal did, I suppose, too.
Seems like it.
Yeah,
what- no, I'm just double checking.
Mal definitely did. It's just that Mal also left that conversation the moment Journey started talking about Ash and attractiveness. And
So it goes Gavin,
Mhm.
and then 20 feet behind Gavin is Mal,
Yeah.
and then the pretty ones in the rear
are just the pretty ones are just standing there in like the diner's reflective window, just like
They
watching
get caught like
themselves.
like a parrot in a cage. Yeah.
Journey is
The
Journey
canary
is
in a coal mine.
focused. Journey is focused. Okay. She already knows that she's beautiful, okay? She does not need to look at herself too often. Also, I already know this look, fucking impeccable. Right off the bat. Okay?
Flawless
The hair,
canary.
yep, the hair is flawless, the nails are acrylic.
It's gonna hurt so much when they break.
I know. Jesus.
So when I go inside the diner, is there anybody in there?
Manateddy right before we got here.
God, I'm just waiting for the moment where it's like, as if. As we go into the diner, which that might be over James's head, so I apologize.
Everything's over James's head.
It's all good. It's all good, bud. You'll understand. When you go into the diner,
When you get
Gavin,
older.
it's the best description I can give is imagine a 70s aesthetic that just never went away. Like it just faded into it. But it's also this weirdness of it's 70s meets 50s. So my best way to describe it is, and I love that I'm using it because it's not technically 70s. I think it was 80s, but whatever. You know the diner in Happy Days?
Mm-hmm.
That checkerboard pattern on the floor,
Yep.
those exact sort of 50s tables. It's that, but the walls are that 70s yellow coloring.
I think
And the
who
diner,
stands
when you
there?
walk.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
No, yeah, and then when you enter, the booths are on the left and right side. In the center is like you can go up to basically where the counter is and sit there. And there's some people here and there. It's just a weird way to describe it. They look just as ordinary and not as interesting as possible. They just look like plain, regular people. You see one person behind the counter, a waitress, who just, once you walk in, greets you, like, hi, hello, take a seat wherever you want. I'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah, we will. Thank you. Bathrooms back there?
Yeah, just take a left and then you'll take another left down the hallway. It's right there.
Okay. And then he sort of stands there and takes the place in. And as soon as Mal walks through the door, he turns to Mal and he's like, I think we found out what's going on here. It's some sort of double time travel. I'll be right back. He goes off to use the bathroom.
Is there any indication of time travel?
Well, is it the
That's what I'm
50s?
gonna ask
Is it
for
the
the first
70s?
roll. I think I want to make this my first roll.
Time traveling building?
So the way this works, and I'm saying it for you, but also those who are watching have never seen this system before. You're gonna roll occult plus wits on your sheet. The way this game works is there are attributes and skills. It's always a combo of an attribute and a skill. I will say difficulty of 2, so 2 successes at least. And it's all D10s, which is fun because I love that. It's my favorite
3
time.
successes.
It's like Cyberpunk. There you go. No, there doesn't look like any trace of time travel is going on. This just looks like the owner just kept the aesthetic for decades and never felt like changing it.
So
Old-
yeah, it's a little
old rural
rundown,
town.
but
Yeah, you can see the wallpaper kind of chipping here and
Mhm.
there. Like, but
Mal
yeah,
just like pinches their nose, and I imagine if it's like a generic 50s diner, there's the like counter and everything and the little seats. Yeah, they're not getting
100%.
trapped in a booth with these people, so they would definitely grab one of those stools.
Yep. And it's literally those, those circular 50s style stools that like
Mhm.
literally have nothing to the back. It's just the seat. 100% that. It is that
Perfect.
to the T. And the waitress just looks like, "Hi, what can I get for you?"
Menu. Hey, is there a menu? Or am I just
There's a menu in front of you. Yeah. It's like that, that plastic menu. It's one
Mhm.
side and then flip it over. There's another side. That's all it is. It's
Waffle
just
House
one side
menu?
and flip it over for the other. Yeah, 100% Waffle House menu.
Mal would like honestly blink stare at it for a few minutes, and then just be like, yeah, just black coffee, and I apologize already for the people that are going to be following us in."
As
Gives a
soon
very
as that,
quizzical look.
In comes Journey and Ash.
When
wanna
both
go-
of you walk in, more specifically for Journey, you kind of have a moment where people do stare because you have the most stunning, colorful outfit possible, and everyone else is in the most dark plaid colors or just dull gray, brown colors. So you're just like a ray of sunshine walking in here immediately. And then everyone's like, okay. And this goes back to their food and what they were discussing.
I think I'm gonna take a seat next to Mal, but do like the Riker thing where I just like one leg over to sit down and just lean over the counter and just waiting for the waitress to show up. If she's standing there, I just go, beer,
Yep.
cold. If you don't have that, I'd love a hot chocolate.
I'm gonna get you a hot chocolate because it's a little early for beer. And she goes and
I
makes a hot
disagree.
chocolate after she pours a black coffee for Mal.
Oh my god, this place is so cute. It looks totally like the rec room back at the cult. All this like kind of old retro, decor going on.
Journey,
Sorry, I
I
lost-
feel like you're saying the word cult too many times in a public setting. You're gonna get people worried.
What? I mean, like, there was nothing wrong with the third eye, okay? They were great. I mean, okay, so my parents didn't like them, but I liked them perfectly fine.
Third eye.
I walk out. I've washed my hands. I walk out and come and
You see all of
sit
them
down
are different
slowly
parts.
And sit.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking about the third eye again?
Well,
They are.
okay, fine. Ash says like I talk about them too much, but like it's
Mhm.
part of my therapy, okay? My therapy is supposed to be that I talk about them and I like really process what I went through for those 4 years.
But remember what you said. Your doctor said you talk about them with trusted individuals, and we're in a public setting, and these people don't need to hear about it. I'm sorry. And he leans over to the waitress and he says, "Coffee. How's the pie?"
Oh, it's the best. Whatever flavor of pie you want. This is me speaking as GM. That probably have it. So
Oh,
whatever
good.
comes to mind for you and your
Good.
character.
GM says it, it's normal. Character says it, it's
Yeah.
Eldritch.
Oh my god, I
It
would
might
like
still be Eldritch.
I would
Oh, also, the name of the diner you walked into is the Great Owl Diner, by the way.
Makes sense.
Fuck
Makes sense.
yeah.
Perfect sense. No trouble.
Yeah.
There. Cherry. Please. The cherry over there looks real good. And coffee again.
Oh, yeah, it's got a nice
two
graham
like
cracker
yellows.
crust.
2 yellows. You know, like
Yeah,
the
I can do
sponges
that.
or whatever
Pie
you
also has a
got.
graham cracker crust to it. It's delicious. And she goes and
Damn.
cooks it.
All right. Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds great. Thank you.
Gavin, I like never had a cherry pie. If I get the apple, will you like totally let me have a bite for a bite of mine?
2 slices of cherry, please.
Oh my god, I can't eat that much pie.
No, this is on me. I'm gonna get you your own slice.
Wait, I'm gonna get that
she
little
looks to you,
pregnant. I'm gonna
Journey,
get that little food pregnant belly.
Oh, it'll be
She
adorable.
looks to
I'm
you,
sure you'll
Journey,
make it
like,
work.
anything to drink? Anything to drink? looking at Journey. Anything to drink with your
Oh,
pie?
black coffee, please. Black like my
By all
soul.
means. I mean, that's the only way to drink.
She's
it.
kidding.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a joke she makes.
You get your coffee. All of you who ordered coffee get coffee. You get your drink. You get pie. It's perfect. It looks like a product photo. Like, it's that level of like, this is pristine pie.
Wonder how old this pie is.
What brings
but
you
that's okay,
all-
I eat it.
It tastes like cherry pie. Nothing strange or unusual about it at all. It's just delicious cherry pie.
Insight check.
More
Not like
suspicious.
plasticine.
I mean, if you want, you can do that.
Um,
I will say, if you want to do that, I will allow that. Do you
I want
to?
to insight check the pie.
Like, you want to
don't have
inspect the
time to
pie?
insight
Double
Yeah,
check?
I
Let's
want
get
to
some
know.
pie.
Actually, no, I want to know.
Not to trust things.
Dude, this is
I
incredibly
will
sinful
say-
pie. I want to know if it is sinful pie.
I mean, if you want, you can roll for it to see if it's just pie or not. I think
Yeah.
that's
What
funny.
if this
and
is
I'm
the
all
big
for it.
bad and you've just ruined
roll...
his entire plot?
Oh god. Roll
It's
awareness
a great
plus
half-hour
wits.
stream.
Okay.
Also,
that?
because
Broke
Elsie
it.
messaged me, so thank you, Elsie. There are 10 hero points and 9 villain points.
Don't use a hero point on pie.
Please do not.
Use a villain
Or
point.
do. I would love that.
What the fuck? That's so many.
Journey knows pie.
Successes, bitches. I
This
know
better
more
be the
Yeah.
most
pie.
eldritch horror
that
of
is
pies
6
ever.
successes. You, Journey, you do the funniest thing of just, you get to eye level with the pie and like look at every corner of it. It's just normal pie. There's nothing different about it. It's just delicious. It smells wonderful.
I didn't
There's
like
nothing
know
off
you
about
could.
it.
What are
I didn't know you
doing?
could like get to like. Well, I didn't know that you could like get to a level of sinfulness in like a baked good without actually adding something to it. Okay, there's like no psychedelics in this. Like, I'm pretty
Great.
certain it's just sugar. Like, that's amazing that I'm at this
I'm
level.
You are. Enjoy. And he like brings everyone and he says to the waitress, family
Yes.
reunion. Family
When you
reunion
say
is
that,
what
she
brought
looks
us.
at the 4 of you like this very slow, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like,
We look
okay,
nothing alike.
Works for me.
Oh, I'm married into the family.
And hey, family is to each their own. And you can make your own family. That's always the best part about life.
Yeah, I'm trying to
What
distance
brings you to
myself from this
town
one.
today? Yeah, what brings
Let's
you
pass
4
through.
interesting people to town? You notice based off, I'm just going to go off Journey's roll because sometimes it's just easier to do this because you got 6 successes and that's a lot of success. She does have a name tag on her name. It says Willow. And she just looks it off. You're like, what brings you to town today? We usually don't get a lot of visitors outside of town.
He looks at the more
Camping.
charming people.
Oh my
To
god,
keep
your name
the
is.
family reunion line keep going.
Oh my god, your name is Willow? That's so great. Are you from like. Is it like that character from like Buffy? Now, I've never actually watched Buffy, but it sounds amazing, and I totally should binge it.
It's not
She
realistic.
gives a very raised eyebrow and is like, no, there's more. There was a very, like the willow trees outside. My parents weren't really original with it.
But I mean, like, that's
I do
so
like that
beautiful.
show though. That show is fun.
I'm totally gonna have to watch it. But I mean, like, that's beautiful, and like, you know, every name is gorgeous. My name, Journey, Jurnee.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. Oh, that's so
Yeah, I think my parents were on drugs during the time when they figured that name out. But like, it's good, and it fits me perfectly. I'm always a journey, as people say.
Sure is.
She doesn't know. She just stands there looking like, huh, interest like that interesting look of someone gives you when you're just like, that's a lot to process at once. It's like, that's awesome. That's
Um,
Like I
fantastic.
told you,
Nate-
sorry.
Quick question: do we know the names of the people who've gone missing?
You know what? I will say yes. What you found, or have heard, at least like your investigation before the 4 of you came here, is, as mentioned at the top, the only thing that's been found was this solitary piece of paper that had 4 names written on it. The names were Claire, Jesse, Zachary, Eli, and then there was this rather ornate symbol of, I said a tree, but I'll describe better. Think of it as a triangle where the bottom is not connected, the bottom is vertical. So it's really just whoop with a
A V.
line down the middle.
Well,
Yep,
because
it's
like,
an upside down V with a line in the middle to make it look like a tree, basically, as an outline.
So yeah, like we're going through town. We were supposed to end up picking up our cousin Eli. So we're hoping to stop by like the motel and like go and grab him before we like head off to the rest of the family down by Silver Grove.
Roll. Are you trying to basically coerce them into seeing if they know anything? Is what I'm getting.
I got that good
Roll
manipulation.
Yeah, I was gonna say roll. Actually, that is a good idea. Let me see the roll in this because I want to always. My problem is always sometimes in my head I remember what everything is, and then I have to open the character sheet to remember. Roll persuasion plus manipulation.
All right.
Difficulty of 3. I will try my best to remember to say difficulty out loud for all of you.
Damn.
Okay.
2 successes, but we got hero rolls.
So I will.
Can I use
Yeah, I
hero
was gonna say
point?
you can hero roll. You can also do this as well. The way I'm gonna do hero and villain points, just so you know, because I want to do it this way. Hero roll, I will let if you spend a hero point, I will let you re-roll the entire roll, and you take the higher of the two. You also have willpower, which you can check off a piece of willpower, and it'll let you re-roll 3 dice. I'm not sure how that'll work in Foundry, so we'll have to just roll 3 dice and just we'll change it. But whatever you decide to do, by all means.
Is everyone
And
okay
then
with me
for
using a
villain
hero point
point-
for this?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. And then the way
Alright.
I will do villain points is you will re-roll the same roll again, but you'll take the lesser of the 2. If I
Okay.
spend a villain point. So yeah.
Try
Let's see what
again.
you got.
6 successes. Much
Oh, yeah.
better.
She gives you a look like, oh, there was an Eli that came through here recently, about like 2 weeks ago, I think. A very distinctive look about them. Just
What
yeah,
do
they
you
were
do?
they were there with their partner. They had someone with them. Their name was Claire. They I remember their order specifically. They ordered 2 black coffees, slice of cherry pie, looks at both of you. Slice of cherry and apple pie, looks at both Gavin and Cherny. It's like, good combo, good pick.
Genetics,
It's delicious together.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, they looked like they were going out to go camp in the woods. They had a SUV, bunch of camping gear on the top. Yeah. They went in the woods that I heard of. I'm not sure. And they give this weird sort of look when they're trying to think about it more, like they're drawing a blank. It's like, yeah, I'm not really sure if they came back through town or not.
But you don't remember them coming back through. I mean, that sounds like our cousin.
Yeah, I don't remember them coming through. I mean, I remember that car was very specific, so it looked like one of those fancy SUVs. I mean, I don't drive anything new models. I'm still rocking an old 2000s car without all the electronics, like new fancy stuff in
Ways
there.
are some good ways.
But their car looked, it looked as Seattle as expensive as possible.
Oh, sure, yeah. It sounds like Eli. Yeah. When they were here in town, did they stay long just for food and then out again to go camping?
I saw that they went to I think I saw them after they got their food. They went to the general store across the street to get some stuff,
Oh.
but yeah, it seemed like they were pretty much just getting a pit stop before they went out on their trek. They were very, very, very vocal about how they were excited about camping out in the woods for a week.
Well, Eli always
Yeah.
did like that kind of stuff. He's always been such an outdoor boy.
He was an outdoor. He has always been an outdoor boy.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, maybe we'll talk with the general store folks to see if they know which way they went. I'd love to track them down if they're still out there. It's a long time to be
Yeah, I
camping.
know that
but
I know the local park is the Mount Owl's Head regional one. It's usually if someone's gonna go camping, that's kind of where they go. I hear it's a pretty safe place to have a stroll.
Yeah. Great. Pie's great. It's fantastic.
Oh my god, it's sinful. Isn't that right, Mal?
She
Did you
puts
want to
the
taste some?
No. You enjoy all of that.
You know, there's like other food you could have here. Like, I know you kind of like pastrami, right? Like, I saw you eat a pastrami sandwich the other day. So, like, you gotta have like some taste for that.
I think that was me. I had pastrami the other day.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
The waitress looks at you, Mal, and is like, well, if you like, I also have a banana cream pie. I also got blueberry pie, chocolate, vanilla. We can also have a burger made in the back. Whatever you want, it's on the menu.
No, I think I'm good, especially if it sounds like we're about to, you know, go search the woods for our cousin Eli.
Yeah.
Don't mind Mal. I
Sure.
think he's been totally like smoking it up when we weren't looking.
Hey Willow,
You had
honestly,
to
and
eat
he
and
puts
you didn't
he
share?
puts like a 300% tip down. You know what I mean? Like if it's like $5, he puts down a 20 or something like that. And he's like, damn good cup of coffee. I'm gonna run over to the general store if anyone wants to join me.
Oh yeah, totes. I'll come join you.
Thank you, Willow.
As you leave, the waitress says, thanks, come again. Remember, our coffee's a real hoot.
I get it.
Owl. Okay, yeah. Yeah, great.
I
I
liked
will
her.
Ash, are you still in the diner as well as Mal? Because I know Gavin and Journey have left, but I want to ask, are you two still in the
Gavin's
diner or
always
do
on
you
the
follow right after them?
If Mal's staying there, I'll stay there too.
I don't think Mal would stay there a whole lot longer, especially if the waitress is already zeroing in on like asking them a lot more questions.
In that case, before you two probably get up and leave, she kind of stops you for a second, leans in's like, just be careful out there, because there's people that have gone missing recently in the woods, so just buddy system,
Really?
basically. Yeah, not sure about that one, your family friend or cousin, I kind of forgot the
It's
relation,
fine.
but like, I know there's been like a few people that have been reported as missing recently in there, and it's just, if you're going in there, just be safe, especially at night.
Is it like the kind of thing where we need to stop up on bear spray or something, or?
I mean, it doesn't hurt. I would definitely make sure you got some kind of light source that's not, she holds up her cell phone, and it's not like an iPhone. Think of like, because I always love doing this because it's always my favorite phone to kind of make fun of. It's a BlackBerry.
Okay.
I love Blackberries. They're so wonderfully dumb, and I love them though. They work. It's like, just if you're gonna have a light source, don't let it be this. It's not bright enough. You'd be shocked at how quickly it can get dark in there.
Is this where you scare the tourists away with like some weird, scary story so we don't like go to all the pretty places?
No. Again, it's a pleasant place to take a stroll. She just gives you the widest smile possible and then goes back to taking all the dishes that were in front. Give me a wits plus insight. Difficulty of, you know what? It's 3. 3's fine.
That's 5.
God damn. Foundry's being nice. Anytime I use Foundry, thinking I'm a player, it hates me.
Oh, wait until we meet whatever horrifying thing wants to eat our face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get the good rolls out now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? With that roll, and you're going to think this is weird, and I don't know if Foundry will allow you to do this, roll willpower for me. And if it doesn't let you, roll as many unchecked boxes of willpower you have as dice.
Two successes.
That's good enough. I just needed 1 on that. Insight checking them. You watch as they kind of give you that very wide smile that immediately feels like it's belying so much more behind it. And it's the type of thing where maybe you don't feel unnerved, because it doesn't seem like Mao is the type of person who gets unnerved by things, but that smile just kind of creeps you out as they grab the dishes, take them, put them in one of those bins, and then pushes them to the back room to be busboyed, basically. But the feeling you get from that response you got is just this one of like, okay, either they know what the hell's going on, or they are completely oblivious, or something is covering it up as best as possible in their head, and they really don't know what's going on. But the thing you get out of them is just this little bit of an uneasy feeling when they smile at you. It just kind of creeps you out.
The smile with too many teeth.
100% that.
I think they're flirting with me.
You know what? For your character, you 100% believe that.
You have fun with that
James-
one, Ash. You stay here and flirt so hard.
I got you.
James, I feel like between the two of us, everyone's gonna have a freaking red mark from He's Coming.
Yeah, with where your skill points are allocated, yeah, you 100% believe that they were flirting with you.
They are so. No one smiles like that unless they're into them.
Mal has been gone for like 2 minutes.
And I will strike
100%.
up more of a conversation with the waitress, but go do the other scenes.
As you do that, I will say when you do strike up a conversation, do you ask anything in particular about any specifics that you're trying to get
I
information-wise?
think it's just more learning about like the woods, but like trying my best given how shitty my like overall stats could be. Of just being trying to be subtle with it, but not doing a good job at it.
You know what, just for the fun of it, can you, and you're gonna hate this because it's only gonna be I think 2, roll charisma plus persuasion. Only 2 dice, I think, which I love that for you.
Yeah, it's only 2 dice.
Oh, but your
Yeah,
social
I just
thing.
wanna see what
Any of your social rolls, you get 2 more
Oh, yeah,
dice.
but you have beautiful, so
You're
add 2
stunning.
yeah, you have beautiful,
Oh,
so actually,
shit.
yeah, you're stunning.
I don't
so
think it's gonna
roll-
help.
That's
Wait,
okay.
hold on, I'll roll 2 more
I would say
D10.
still say roll those 2. Thank you for reminding me of that. Make sure you add that because you have that as an advantage. Oh, okay, you got 1.
Success?
No, you got 1. I see the 10. 10's good.
Okay.
You glean from them as the other 3 go to the general store that the other people that were there, you've also heard her bring up, like, oh yeah, the other people that were here recently that also, I believe, were in the woods recently that came through. Someone named, let's see, it was Claire, Eli, that was the couple. They were cute. There was someone named Zachary who was by themselves, and there's a girl named Jessie who was very intense. Extremely intense. So much so they didn't even order pie. They just got black coffee. Like, who orders coffee without pie? And she starts rambling about how that is a sinful act to do. And now, whether that interests you or not,
It
you're
just
stuck in that
fully
conversation.
tuning
about
out, but just being like, yeah, she's into me. The whole time.
Switching to the other 3, you go to the general store. It's across the street. Where you're parked and where the downtown is, general store is there. It's basically all woods around you. You do see kind of like a small pond area nearby, but it's not like massive. It's just small. But you're really in just an area where it's just very, very, very rural Pacific Northwest. Going to the general store, it is as if, again, a time capsule of the 70s. Like, it just never left that decade. It stayed that color, continuing on till the current day where we are now in 2024. It's basically just your general store supply stuff. So anything like you could find it almost like a very stripped down version of a CVS. That's basically it, is how I look at it. And you see someone behind the counter says, welcome. If you need anything, let me know.
Thank you. I think the first thing Gavin does is first, like, seeing it how outdated, like, the decor is in this town, he's going to check to make sure he has a cell signal. Like, he's going to check his phone to make sure that it's like he's still got a reception, he can access the internet. Like, he's a little afraid about all that.
You have 3 bars. It's surprising. You have actually good cell service here.
And then if Journey and Mal come along after that,
Oh yeah.
he'll be like, where's the other one?
Flirting. What's new?
Zoolander alone in there?
I mean, like, honestly, what kind of trouble can he get into? As long as he's got like a reflective surface nearby, he's like gonna just be planted there.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, put him in a bar, people just ogle him or whatever. Excuse me.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Shopkeep. We are thinking about going into the woods for some camping. Anything you would suggest for essential equipment?
Well, standard camping supplies like you know, if you need tinder, we got stuff for that to help you build get your fire going in the woods. We're not providing wood. You can literally get that
He
once you get to
interrupts
the campsite.
Turns to Journey and says he means Tinder for starting a campfire, not the app on the phone.
Honestly, I don't even know what that app is. Like, I only just got my phone, like, recently. In fact, it doesn't even have apps on it. My parents wouldn't let me have apps on it because they were, like, scared that I'd get in connection again with some people I knew.
Does you already have, like, one of those little
understand
jitterbug
that.
phones that have, like,
Basically,
5
yeah.
buttons?
It's got some functionality. She jailbreaked it a little bit, so she does have the internet, but she's like, yeah, they don't let me have any of the other things. They said something about like TikTok being like the devil or something, but like I've seen the devil, and like
TikTok's
certainly not
the devil.
TikTok.
Facebook is the devil. Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that, sir. Just wanted to clear something up. You said fire starting stuff. I mean,
yeah, stuff for Tinder. Again, looks at you when you said
animals.
Tinder like that. Gives you that look when you said Tinder like that, like very confused look of don't know what that is. But yeah,
Do you
stuff to
like
start
have?
fires. We got
Sorry. Do you like have those like flashlights that you like crank up? Because I totally want one of those.
We do
She's been
have
talking about
those. We also
Cthulhu.
just have, and he points to a section of the store. It's just also just the regular style flashlight. Just click it, turns on. But also that's like, this is gonna sound so strange saying it out loud. Different variety of sizes of flashlight, and I will leave it at that so we don't get more.
She will go. She goes excitedly over.
Basically, if you want a smaller light or a floodlight, that's basically what you're getting told. You can.
She goes excitedly over there. She goes excitedly over there and picks out like 3 different kinds, and it's like, this is gonna be perfect. We could like have like a total little rave party. This one has a strobe feature.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
it does,
that'll be great.
100%.
Do you have a lot of folks come through who go camping in the area?
Yeah, we had a. I didn't catch their name, but there was a couple that came through recently. The very expensive looking car outside had one of those like top hatchbacks that clearly was all their camping supplies and whatnot. They came in for a couple things, just like stock up for like a week in the woods. It's funny because they looked really prepared for what they were doing. Like, it looked like they had enough stuff, but they came in just as a safety, I guess, just to make sure anything before they were out in the woods.
Did they buy anything?
Yeah, they bought points to where Journey is with all the flashlights. Like, very, God, again, description saying things out loud that you're like, wow, I'm gonna say it like this. The biggest flashlight that you can possibly buy. Journey, probably you have your hand on it and just click it. It's a massive amount of light. Like, it's way more light than you need, but also if you're in the woods, that's a good thing to have.
Oh my god, this thing is as bright as this thing is like as bright as the sun if the sun existed. Oh my god.
Just joking. It's a joke. Jeez,
What? The sun is a construct.
Shh.
I mean, it is a
teacher.
construct, isn't it? Like, no, he doubles down. It's like, yeah, the sun is 100% a construct. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's like totally in our mind's eye, and then it like warms us on the outside. Like, it's amazing, but it doesn't exist. So like, if the sun existed,
Journey, why don't you try and find like the rehydrated food or something?
You mean like those like spaceman food kind of thing, like the astronaut food?
Spaceman food.
Yeah, we need so much spaceman food. Go be the one to stock up on that.
You know, I'm like not a child, right? And like I totally
exactly why we're putting you. We're asking you to. So important. You need to be able to be the one to feed us. That is the most important job on camping.
Right, fine. She goes over a little dejectedly.
I turn to
you do find that. And you, Journey, you do when you go over there, you do find that food exactly because that's the next thing he points out. It's like, oh yeah, it's the freeze-dried food if you need that too, because sometimes you need something in a pinch.
You got like the army rations, like that stuff lasts forever, right?
You do find that, but there is a bag or two that clearly has an expiration date past it, and it's just like, yeah, we need to get a resupply of that stuff. So I would honestly not, don't touch that stuff. Just don't.
Let's grab like the freeze-dried ice cream or something, and this like Tang packet, whatever.
100%. Also, because you said Tang, yes, 100%.
So, what's the story of the town? Like, I'm into local history.
Just
mining town.
I mean, take it you're not from here.
Travel bloggers.
No,
Gives you
the Seattle area.
travel blogger? Gives you a very
Yeah.
quick look when you say travel bloggers.
They're a travel.
Uh, yeah, usually pretty much it's like any place that, you know, is rural and barely sees anyone. Where if you're going to Seattle, we're kind of that middle pit stop before you, like, if you're going from our direction there, we're kind of a good spot to take a break and just recoup. But like nothing that I could think of really special about the town. I mean, it's here. It's been here a long time.
And out of character, Nate,
only
what's the
thing I
name
can
of the town again?
Night Springs.
Okay. The unusual name, right?
I know.
Yeah, kind of almost
You know,
like
I think I've seen
something
it
out
on
of a TV
TV
show.
once.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Something like out of a TV show almost. Sounds very not real, and yet this
I
is the
feel like
town
I
we live
saw
in.
it through a bunch of doors one time or something.
Gives you a very strange look, like a bunch of doors. Interesting. Like, but that I know of, I mean, the only thing that's been interesting in the past few years has been the fact that a bunch of us are talking about it. A couple people have gone missing in the past month. It's not.
I heard about that. We were
It's weird
talking
to
with
have it that
Willow across
close.
the street, and yeah, that's wild.
Oh, she's great. Her coffee over there, perfect.
It's a damn good cup of coffee.
It's a
And I leave
hoot.
it to everyone who had coffee to describe if it was actually good or not. That is entirely up to your character.
It doesn't matter whether it was good or not. He says it is.
Yeah. Yeah, she and I have been talking about that too. I know, again, we had that couple that came through, then there was that
Right, the
one
fancy
person had a
car.
regular kind of, yeah, kind of nice fancy convertible. And then they say the same word that Willow said that only Mal would pick up on. Just, yeah, and then there was that other one who was very, very intense. And very much clearly we just wanted to get from point A to point B as quick as possible. They didn't want to be in this area even to take a bite to eat, but they did.
I'll tell you what, if we have the right equipment, pretty soon we're all going to be intense. I'm going to go outside.
He gives you that
Gives
look of
us-
like a dog tilting its head like, okay then. Do you need to stock up on anything or anything I can help with?
Journey will find it. I think I'm okay. He's going to look to Mal, like, Mal, do you need anything else?
While Gavin has been talking, Mal probably comes up to the counter with like a basket with like a mag light and bear spray and a lighter and other things like that that can realistically be used for camping.
You do, and the beauty of this style of game, don't worry about monies. But I know you said that character-wise, but
have
also
to
don't
worry
worry
about
about
money.
money. Yeah, for me, you don't have to worry about it. You got enough. You can pay for that as easy as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I look up
Easy
to
as
the counter, can I like see if there's like any like dated newspapers or like a calendar or something?
Yeah, you behind the counter. No roll needed for that because it's visible and clear as day. Because it's literally right behind him when you look. There is a newspaper. It's not local press, so it's not for them. It's more just in general. Probably it's like a wide area newspaper. So like whenever a couple of counties are nearby, that's the main newspaper that's gets distributed. It's front and center on the front page. Basically an article going over past month. 4 people have gone missing. Doesn't give you the names as the headline, but it does have that headline of like 4 people missing past month, investigation underway.
But like the
And
date
I'm
on
gonna
it.
say, oh yeah, date would have been, I say, a week ago, and you would know that specifically because for your group, that's the exact paper you somehow caught wind of back in Seattle. That you probably heard about this online, but you also caught a copy as well if you decide to have it.
Oh yeah, that whole thing is pretty weird. Are you guys thinking
Yeah.
it's like crazy bear, something like?
I mean, bears are an issue. I mean, no matter what park you go to, bears are always going to be there. They're bears. They're going to always try to get to you when you have food out. That's just the nature of things. He says the nature of things and he laughs, realizing he made a bad pun. That said, it is weird to have people go missing. I've never heard of that happening as long as I've lived here, but anything's possible, I guess.
Have you like lived here a long time?
Many, many years. Yeah, it's comfortable. It's not as hectic as Seattle, which I can't deal with that type of life.
When did you move out of Seattle?
20 years ago. This guy's much older. Think like 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
It's a
the
certain point when you
2000s
get
were.
older where you're just like, was I kidding?
I'd say like yeah, the 2000s definitely were kind of like weird.
Yeah, that was a strange time in history.
If I like Mal would be watching his face for anything
Yeah.
based on what he's been saying. It's
Wits plus insight. I just want to see how many you get. I'm not going to give it difficulty, so. Oops. There we go.
one success.
One is good. No weird face twitches, no weirdness at all. Guy seems like he's being honest with you, straight to the point. Like, yeah, I just couldn't. There's a certain point where you just hit a certain age, and it's like, I just can't do city living anymore. I just want peace and quiet. So, raises his hands up, opened a store out here with what I was able to. Thought it would do some good.
Yeah, hopefully you guys get more business and hopefully repeat customers.
Thankfully, business is fine for now, but yeah, I hope for the same as well as time goes on. Here's your you're probably paying for your stuff in the middle of all this. Hands your money back. It's like, anything else I can help you find folks out with?
No, I just gotta check out with like the stuff that I've got, and she comes over with her big basket of things. Three assorted like.
No, I'm gonna say it's a much bigger basket too than what Mal had of like just stuff. Like it's overflowing with things.
There's a bunch of things. Utility knife, 3 different types of like flashlights in there, a bunch of different types of food, including the Tang and the frozen ice cream, and like fold up like poncho and one of those like emergency like aluminum blanket thing, foil blankets. So like I got a question for you because you've been around here for a long time and such. Like I am so into local myths and legends, and like these woods are like super old, so they like, have cool things all about them, like fairy rings, etc. So like, what's the local legends around here?
Roll charisma, and either you get to choose manipulation or persuasion, whichever is highest.
All right, that would be my manipulation.
Yeah, let me see what you get.
Oh wait, plus I get a.
Yeah, plus you also get that for your social rolls. Don't forget your advantage.
Yeah, I got the. I think it's the 100. No, it's not the 100 die. What would I add to this thing?
It's just it should be. I think when you pop it up, it should say you'll allow you to add an extra die to it. If not, we can just click on one.
It says 100 die, so I'm gonna choose. I'll just roll it, and then I'll roll 2 extra. And then 2 extra d10s.
Yeah, I'll love it. So 3 successes. They give you a look like, oh, local myths, huh? Just kind of looking into fun occult stuff to talk about, basically, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, every place in, like, it's the Pacific Northwest. There's, like, so much, like, little lore everywhere, and it's so interesting to learn.
You know what? I agree. It's one of my favorite topics that no one else in town likes to talk about. His eyes beam open as you're talking about this. Oh my god,
Dish! Tell me.
Oh, by all means. He turns around and it's funny. He grabs the newspaper because the main photo for the newspaper isn't of the people who have gone missing. They don't have an image of any of those people. It's of the piece of paper that was found in the woods, and it's just this piece of paper has 4 names, and then there's that symbol I mentioned of basically what's a tree, which is the upside down V with a line in the middle. He's like, and he points and puts his finger on the symbol specifically. It's like, well, have you heard about this thing at all?
No, I mean, I heard like a thing about it from a different town over while we're passing through, but like nothing substantial. So like if you got anything good, I'm so here for it.
His eyes beam open as it's like, oh my god, there's someone else I can talk to about this stuff. Yes. So for the other two, you're just probably standing there like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I'm out like in front of the store.
Yeah, you're out.
Like,
so
you
for
can see me
Mal,
through the
Mal, you're
window
probably
just pacing back and forth.
Yeah. So Mal, if you're still there, it's just this scene of like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah, no.
Okay then.
Mal has like pulled out a notebook that they're jotting down
sweet.
like what's going on.
Yep.
But also is like kind of tuning out of the conversation, just trying to like pick up like key details, but they've seen this story filled out so many times before.
Well, he points to a symbol. Well, this is a local story. I'm not sure how true it is, but some locals talk about it and use it kind of as a coverall if anything bad were to happen. Have you heard about the cult of the tree?
Oh my god, no. Tell me.
From what I've gathered and what I've found out through just talking about it, hearing it from others, it's kind of like, I'm not sure if it's an actual cult because that just seems preposterous in this area, but who knows? Anything's possible. Obviously, him saying that, you'll probably look at him like, but yeah, it's kind of their word that they're using to just, if anything bad happens nearby, not so much in our town, but even locally, they just kind of like, oh yeah, probably cult activity happening in the woods or something like that. So like for points at the paper, for these people, that's kind of the catch-all word we're all using for anything that's just not definable or explainable in any way, because these people just up and vanished and we have no idea where they are. They've had search parties in that woods looking top and bottom, even search dogs with them and whatnot. No one has found anything except that piece of paper. Found.
Wow, that's so
Cult of the
weird.
Tree, yeah, so Cult of the Tree, and it gets weirder. That symbol we've known about and have seen before this happened too.
In connection
Just
with
one
like
of those
what?
weird things.
Like more of like disappearances or something?
More things that just gives you a strange look. Things that just don't make sense and just aren't really defined.
That's so weird. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
do you guys have like a local library with like what is it called? Like the microfiche or whatever? Like maybe they have like more information on it. Like I'd love to know more of the history of this cult.
Gives you a look of because of microfiche. Which, by the way, I love that. That's amazing. Just like, it's weird. Somehow this town does not actually have a library. You got to go like almost 20 minutes out to find a place that does. It's just strange, like rural towns. Who knows? I bet if you did you probably find stuff online maybe about it. But at the same time, I haven't been able to find anything about it really online. It's just this weird local thing that they all kind of talk about quietly that doesn't have an answer for a lot of things.
Well, I guess do you guys have I don't know, what's it called? Like an old folks home or something in the town? Cause maybe I can go talk to your guys' elders sometime. Like maybe when we're if we stay in town long enough.
And he's giving this look where it's very I'm gonna go off the roll that you already did because I think it's more fun that way. He gives you the same look that Mal got. No, not Mal. Or yeah, it was Mal. Mal got when you guys were asking about the woods, and they're like, "Oh, it's a safe place to take a stroll." You get the kind of the same thing where this guy's eyes kind of gloss over a bit. It's like, that I know of. I'm not he kind of has this moment of just he's not remembering well. It's like, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything at the moment, and that's a little weird. Not sure why, but I will let you know if I find you again in the area.
Would I have been able to
It's a
pick up on
weird
that?
smile. 100%. Just be safe if you're going in the woods. Even if I've heard it's a safe place to take a stroll. It says the same line, and for Mal, it's a little unnerving to hear it again.
Okay. Oh wait, quick
It sounds way too
question.
pleasant.
So, like, you mentioned that the couple before, like, the ones that were, like, really into the whole camping thing, do you know exactly where they were gonna go camping? Because, like, they went missing. I don't totally want to go to that campsite, so.
He pulls out a piece of paper and draws basically a handwritten route. It's like, oh yeah, follow the road out of town, and it's like the second right that you'll take after like 10, 20 minutes driving straight. Like there's literally, it's a one-way road up until a certain point. It's the second right. It leads to the park area where you can park your car, and then from there you go on the trail and just find where you want to camp.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, can I ask you though one more question?
By all means.
So, like, you mentioned that one person, Jesse, I believe, was like super intense. Like, what kind of intense are we talking about? Like, are we talking about like how people describe me as intense, or like, are we talking like is gonna slit your throat in the middle of the night intense?
When you ask that, they laugh because of the description of how you described that. Like, more intense, like, they didn't come here in a car, motorcycle, had like a duffel bag with them. Very funniest thing he points out is very prominent coffee thermos. I can't explain it, but it was just this very prominent thing that they walked into the diner with, and it looked like they were getting that filled up. They had like some kind of hard case with the bike that I'm not sure what was in it, but it was some kind of hard case storage unit. They didn't really come in the store for anything really. They kind of just went to the diner, looked like they got something to eat, and pretty much headed out on their way.
Oh my god, you've been such a font of information. I love that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Stay safe out there.
Will do. You have a good evening.
I
And she'll
will.
step
You as
outside with
well.
Mal. So, like, Mal, I think we're gonna be looking for a motorcycle, don't you think?
I think we're going to be looking for a lot of things, Journey.
Well, yeah, but like, it's really helpful to at least know that two of the vehicles that they were all those people riding in. The only one I haven't figured out about is like Zachary, and I probably should ask, but like, I didn't want to like make it too obvious that I'm like fishing for information. Because, you know, like, when people realize that they're on a bait hook, they start freaking out, and like, I don't need that.
I think we have less of a concern of what vehicles they left instead of where they went.
Yeah, but like, if we find the vehicles, then we kind of like know where they were. Like, that's kind of important, right? Because the thing is, when people move in haste, there's more waste.
In the middle
Or
of
there's
this,
some weird, creepy, fucked up shit going on in this town. And no matter what we find, we're still going to be dealing with that.
I mean, yeah, weird, creepy, fucked up shit, certainly, but like, the thing that I found that happens with like a lot of weird supernatural creatures is like, they still act a little bit human. Like, they still follow the same procedural things where when they drag a body off, there's a blood trail.
All right, you can go chase down cars. I think I'm a little bit more focused on figuring out what's taking people. I doubt it really cares about who has a motorcycle.
Mal, I feel like you and I need to have like a real like one-on-one one of these days to like hash out our differences, because like I feel like I'm following a process and you're not appreciating that process. Like, I appreciate the fact that you're very focus driven on a goal and very oriented on that. But like, we have to like sometimes go from point A to point B before we get to point Z.
Mal's just gonna walk away.
See, this is what I
As you
mean. We
walk
gotta have
away.
constructive like talks. Sorry, Nate. Go ahead.
and I'm gonna say that continues as you both walk, because I 100% believe Journey's gonna be like, no, I want to keep talking about this topic. Like, let's keep working on your feelings and let's work it out. Yeah. Ash, are you still in the diner or have you left?
I think there's just no good way of getting out of this conversation.
You need
she
saving?
okay, in that
So
case,
it's just sitting there being like, for sure. Totally.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna have you do a fun thing. Give me
Is it
composure
low?
plus either composure and insight or composure and investigation.
Try to see what's higher.
Yep.
Insight plus composure. Alright, sales guys. 2 successes.
But that's good enough. Someone walks into the diner. Looks like the town sheriff, basically. So just very, like, you know, whatever that evokes in your head, that's what they look like. I'm just gonna go off that. Very rural America, very much that style in this thing.
Hopper from Stranger Things.
Actually, 100% that look. It's 100% that. Thank you. That is extremely helpful.
I got you.
For visual aids. They walk in. Willow finally stops blabbing about, like, where you're just going, yep. She's like, oh, hi there. What can I? The usual. It's like, yes, we've been up. I've been up all night. Cup of coffee, as dark as the sky, please. It's like, on it. She even goes and grabs a slice of pie, apple pie, because coffee and pie, oh my. Giant black cup of coffee. Like, you know those giant latte cups? It's that. And she even looks at him like, I'm sorry, we're all out of our regular cups. This is all I have left. It's like, that's fine. It's just, I need a lot of coffee right now to stay awake. Like, let me guess, you guys have been out searching? It's like, yep, me, and there's like another car out there, someone just sitting in there relaxing. It's like, yeah, we've been out there all night and we can't find shit in those woods. Like, it's just, there's like no one ever even walked in there. It's bizarre.
That's
and
weird.
when you look him over, I'm gonna go with the composure roll too to make it easier. When you look at him, he looks exhausted. Like, this is someone who clearly has spent all night in and out of that area. And it's just like, no, there's not enough coffee in the world to stay awake. Just keep it coming, like an IV drip, basically. But yeah, we found their cars are there. We haven't towed them, but yeah, nothing's been found inside. It's very strange.
Must have been a fun night.
Yeah, just I really just want to go to and marry my bed right now. Makes a slice of pie.
I mean, is anything stopping you? And can't put a deputy on to keep looking, and then you go like catch a few minutes of sleep.
He looks out the door at his deputy in the car. It's like, I wish we could both do that, but no, we were both up all night. So, can I get this in a to-go cup? Thanks. And not enough sleep. Definitely. I'm ready for sleep, but definitely not enough sleep.
Yeah.
It's the to-go cup. She smiles at him. This smile seems more genuine than what Mal saw. Not unnerving in any way. Just very, very, like, happy to see you kind of smile. It's like, I'll be back later, Willow. Just, I'd love, the usual cheeseburger, bacon, fries. Like, oh, your order.
Ooh.
Yep, got it off the top of my
Good.
head. Already has it pre-written.
Good order.
Gets up, tips his hat to her. Tips his hat to you, Ash. It's like, new to town?
Yeah. Coming in to visit some family.
Gives you very much an up and down look, like family. Okay, just be safe. Beware if you go. Be careful if you go in the woods.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it, but good to know.
Walks out.
Do I see the
she's
rest
not
of them?
talking to you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I
sorry,
see
go
the
ahead.
rest of them standing outside the general store? I assume at this time.
Yep, you see the rest of them standing outside the general store. She and the waitress, she's already not paying attention to you. She's actually making a cup of coffee in a to-go cup, and has another waiter come in. She's like, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna, and she actually takes the to-go cup and heads outside for either a break or to give a cup of coffee to someone nearby.
Gotcha. I will use that as my excuse out, and we'll go meet up with everybody else.
You go do that.
Dude, pay your bill.
Nah, don't worry.
Did
I
you
left my
skip
phone
out on
number.
the bill?
No, I thought no, because you put a 20 down, so I'm gonna say it covers all that. The food and drinks are much cheaper than you
I'm just
realize.
teasing.
Oh, I
don't
know.
think Gavin's with the
I was
other two.
thinking about
Gavin is
that.
like halfway down the block, like on his phone with like one hand tightly like under his arm, and he's just like, and finally, just with glorious dramatic irony, just comes back to the other two and says, "Nothing. We have nothing. We've talked to a bunch of people. We've got zilch. They're missing, and that's it."
Yeah,
And
but
whatever
I
took them
mean,
is affecting the people too.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
like-
what was that, Mel?
I said whatever took them or whatever creepy's going on in the woods also is affecting the people.
Also,
Well-
suspecting people?
Affecting the people.
Affecting these people here? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
If you actually paid attention to what they were saying, they've got
I
like
paid
scripted
attention to what they were-
lines.
Uh-huh.
You think an entire town is going to follow one script and act
What lines were
like
they repeating?
how it's such a pleasant walk, and
Such a pleasant place to take a stroll.
yeah.
I think I heard Willow say that, but I didn't hear who. Okay. What else?
oh
Person
yeah, he did
for-
say that, didn't he?
The guy inside said that? The general store
Mhm.
guy?
Yeah, when I was talking with him about like where they went off to, and so like we have a map with a little trail here leading us directly to it. So I wouldn't say
Oh,
we got
shit, huh?
nothing.
All right. Okay. All right. Great. Good work.
So,
And they're
like
all
this-
a little vacant, and
They're
all
vacant,
described
yeah.
that one of those missing people
Intense.
as yeah.
And not to
Animated joke.
mention, it was a good joke. But like, also not to mention, the other thing that we got is the symbol. It belongs to the cult of the tree. So like,
I'm sorry. What
if yours, this one, that was on
we
like the
find it
I'm
paper.
not here for these
Cult.
parts of the conversation. Let me see the symbol.
She'll hand it over. Yeah, it was
Thank you.
on the list of with the names where they found them, or where they
Hey,
found
do
that
I
piece of
know
paper with
For
it.
this symbol, or is there a place I would know to look on the internet with my library knowledges to know anything else about this cult?
If you actually want to make a library check on that, like using this is always going to sound weird on stream, using your hunter's
Yeah.
edge, by all means.
I will use
it's
this
the-
library like a hunter.
Yeah, and there's a specific role that it'll have you do, which
For knowledge.
I think it is occult intelligence or occult
Yep,
resolve.
and then
one of the
it's
two.
that. Yep, it's occult intelligence difficulty of 3, because as much as it says 4 in the book, I'm gonna lower it because
Okay.
4 is a little too high.
I think if we're using this optional rule, this would be an automatic success for me. But I will roll it anyway for funsies. If we're using like the halves.
Yeah, roll it for fun.
rule.
That's true.
this-
Actually, if we're doing it by
I have
half,
8
by
die,
all means, I'm
yeah.
going to go by. No, I'm actually going to do that because that's the beauty of the system. Yes, if you
Okay.
have double the amount of that's needed for the roll, then yeah, you get it by that. It's perfect.
And
You,
as success on a
Paul, do you use
library
your phone?
roll, I would know who they are and how to harm them.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Do you use your phone for this? I'm assuming you use your phone.
Yeah, as long as I have those bars.
While also probably recalling knowledge in your head and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And he goes to cultsymbols.com.
Oh, 100%, because that's totally a registered site, and why would I question
Demon Web
that?
101.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You do find that V, and then to make it better, the vertical line is actually kind of in the middle. It does not
Mhm.
touch, it only goes halfway.
It's like a
Cult of the
peak and then
Tree.
a line.
Local spook story used to basically anything that happens within the area, not just this town, but within like the area and the other towns. They use it as a coverall for anything that's just not explainable and not understandable. The thing though is there have been some posts put online where people like who have gone into more detail describing, yeah, so I've been in the woods, saw something I just don't know how to explain. I can't explain if it was like deer face I saw or like a skull on a head, like for a head, or just something obscured by complete
It's like a
shadow.
Reddit group, like somebody's describing their experience.
Yeah, it's like a Reddit
Yeah.
post. And they're just like, but whatever it was, I have not set foot in that area since because I don't want to deal with that. I want nothing to do with that. I don't know what the hell that was. And you see a bunch of posts underneath saying, what a load of crap.
Right.
Like, that's such a fake thing.
Gavin learned
But in
early
your
in
mind,
his
you're like-
career to ignore the responses. Don't read the comments.
Yep. Yeah, because in your head, you're like, no. The weirder it sounds, the more truth there is to that. They even peg, funny enough, you find someone saying like, yeah, the last place I went was someplace called Mount Owl's Head Regional Park. Not sure how to explain it, but just Yeah, saw this symbol carved into a tree. Thought it was weird. Found it on the site. Immediately got out of the park.
Gavin like catalogs all of those things,
Yeah.
and then relates it to
And
the
what's-
others.
And the weird thing is, because you were asking about any weaknesses or whatnot,
Yeah, like
I'm actually you don't find anything because there's no visual description or like solid description of what you saw.
Right.
The only thing I will say is it says like just bring a flashlight. The woods are dark at night. It's probably better to have some form of protection like that than anything else.
wasn't
my
and he
God.
like mentions that, and and he just says, wasn't the guy at the general store big on flashlights?
Yeah, he meant
it
well.
was the waitress.
Yeah, he meant well. I didn't know about the waitress, but like he totally mentioned about the fact that the people from before, the couple came in and got like the biggest one involved that they could get, which is what I bought. So like,
I mean, it could be as simple as
Good.
they
It's
read
like those,
this-
those yellow ones with the handle that are massive.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I think that
It's a
he like sort of
floodlight.
like he receives that from Journey and then presses on in his
Yeah.
thesis. Right? Like, he's just like,
100%.
so it could be that they just read the post, right? It could be that they saw the same thing that we're seeing now, or it could be that the dude inside wrote this post, or something. But I mean, it's another echo, right, Mal? Like it's another like ongoing theme.
Also, remember
Type.
the waitress has a BlackBerry, and the guy in the
True.
general store has no idea what Tinder is. I don't think either
True.
of them are the most tech savvy.
Maybe he's married. Maybe he doesn't have a use for Tinder.
Well-
That's
Never
all
hear
good.
of it,
Let's
though.
move on.
You would have to
Honest-
be a complete idiot that's never set foot in the real world.
Where's Ash?
right there.
Right
Looking
here.
at himself
Ash
in a
shows
mirror.
up right as you're. Yeah, Ash walks up right as you say that, like right behind you.
Journey just points behind her. She's like right there.
Hi.
Ash, do you get any dates or anything else useful talking to folks inside?
I tried to get her number, but it didn't work. She kept talking about the forest and other
Oh,
stuff.
how frustrating. Yeah.
I started tuning out. Good news is, all of their cars are still there, so we could definitely at least search there.
Yeah. Or strip them for parts.
Which
True.
which leads me to ask: Do you go to that destination?
I think so.
I think that's the plan. I think that's what we got to do. I mean, there's nothing else to do but check out the site where they disappeared, right?
Yeah. But I think we should do that after we go on a
Careful,
break.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, which is where I was going to work
All
into.
right, let's
it.
all
Thank
take a
you for
break,
that.
and we all sit down in
Yeah.
the middle of the street.
Actually, as you do that, because I'm going to say yes. No, I will say you probably go to your car, and because you have another route to go down. As you do that, you take one last look around. You see the waitress Willow. She's outside. She has a cup of coffee in hand. Took off looks like her employee hat, is just letting her hair down as she leans up against the wall, enjoying a sip with the blackberry out. Because again, what a great visual! Because blackberries are amusing and hilarious to me, and they still make them, by the way. I've learned that. Maybe one of you lingers on her, looking at her for a second, and can tell, like, for some reason, she has the coffee. She's a little shaky. She's also giving very much a blank stare at her phone. The sheriff, for Ash, you take a quick look at him too. Sits in the car, just takes a sip, looks very out of it visually with his eyes as he just takes a sip. Deputy doesn't even move. Deputy's just very still in the car. And you get in the car, and eventually we'll drive off. But before that, we will take our break, and we will be back in a little bit. Keep on donating. Thank you for all the hero and villain points too. Don't worry, they're gonna
Yes.
get used. Trust me.
We're killing
We'll
James
be back
first.
shortly.
It's the start of the goon streak.
Really should not be allowed to be on stream.
We're back. We're live,
Oh, we're back.
guys.
Honestly, same.
Hi everyone.
Because
Hi.
everyone.
Hey, we're live.
hi everyone, we're back. Well, thanks. No preamble on that.
We do accept
Goon
clips
streak made
and
it to-
highlights if somebody wants to clip that return
Oh
from
my
break.
god, I'm so happy that
Put it up in
we
the
are
Lost
literally
Caravan
on stream, and I
Discord.
love that. Hi everyone, welcome back. We are on stream now, which not good. Yep, it is what it is, guys. With that, let's get back into it. I don't know how to segue from that, so we're just gonna go with it. All of you leave downtown. Follow as I specified. Yeah, just follow the road about 10, 12 minutes. Take the second right. It's where you park your cars. I'm gonna say you don't park your car yet. You're driving. If you want to have a moment to chat, by all means.
So I used to work in a diner. It was like for my undergrad, and it's a thankless job, and I don't understand those people who can be so happy all the time because it was the worst job I ever had. And like sometimes you want to get tipped. Like I assume all of you have had bad jobs, right?
Oh my god, yeah. So like I had a job which was actually with the Third Eye, had a cafe. And it was like in downtown Seattle, and like that place was, I mean, technically it wasn't the worst, but it had some problems. Like for one thing, our manager was totally a psychic vampire, and like he kept taking money out of the tip jars, and like the tips were for us, the baristas, you know? Like he didn't need it. He was getting money from like all the coffee sales and pastry sales, and like every once in a while, the patrons in the cafe would like totally go insane and like zoink out, and like so it was so easy to go over them and just take their wallets and put the money into the till. So like he totally did not need our tips. Now granted, there was actually some like good things about this like cafe. Like for one thing, it constantly was getting lost in time and space. So like realistically, I only had to work like 2 months out of the year, and because it was lost in time and space, I was doing like 10 years worth of work in like 2 months and like getting all the money from that. And so like I took that money and I went to Florence, Italy, and it was like amazing. Like you guys totally have to travel. Like go elsewhere in the world and see things. And so yeah, that was my experience. So like it was kind of a mixed bag, honestly.
Sounds like it.
That's like a lot of drugs.
I mean, I don't think it was the drugs because like I'm on like so many all the time. Like the best ones are the psychedelics from the middle of the like earth that the reptoids like grow. That stuff is choice. And like I assume it wasn't the drugs because like seriously, my boss was a psychic vampire. Like I had to kill him one time. It was really annoying.
Just the
I broke
ones.
a nail. Well, I mean, just the once. Like he came back later because it ends up you have to do like a whole ritual to keep a psychic vampire fucking down.
Right, yeah.
But I got like fired after that. They like moved me on to a different place. They moved me on to like the hippie commune to like work on the radish farm. They said I was a little too much trouble. It was okay.
Trouble.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, who is driving? I should have asked
Not
that.
me.
I
can't drive.
As this continues, no, as this goes on, and it's just the most fabulous conversation I could imagine. I'm so happy for this right now. You eventually see that second right. Pull the car.
Oh my
right
god, over there.
Yep, and you park right there. There are 3 vehicles you see in that area. One is an extremely expensive looking SUV. One is a very nice convertible. I think they might have overtalked it. It's just a nice convertible. The other is, because I have to do this because it's my favorite, it is a gorgeous Harley Davidson, like 1992, just gorgeous, that old look, just sitting there. Pristine, beautiful, perfect in every way.
Parked in the same area? In the parking zone.
Yep, parked in the same camping area. Yep, and the bikes, you specifically did hear someone's, the general store person mentioned, they had like a duffel bag and whatnot. Duffel bag's not there. Coffee thermos is not there. The hard top they were talking about is full on open as well. Like there's nothing closed about it. It's been opened.
You know what? You gotta admit, it's kind of weird that this Jesse person was so intense and wanting to move on, and yet, why did they come to a campground?
That's not exactly a place you go if you want to keep moving.
Well, I mean,
Well, I guess
especially with like a
Stop
motorcycle.
for a short while, but yeah. Why not just, yeah. It's odd. But Jessie was the intense one, right? She was the...
Yeah.
Yep.
The only one I didn't actually, the only one I don't think, the only one like I didn't ask about was Zachary, which I feel kind of bad. I should have. Did like any of you do so when you're like at the cafe still or the diner still? Ash?
Yeah, Zachary was more of a... How do I put this? A nobody. Didn't say much. And then I kind of tuned back out because she kept talking and it wasn't about me, so I kinda
Oh my-
zoned out.
I know it's totally like the subject you hate the most is like not about you.
Yeah, it started fun at first because she was like, "Oh, you had a great smile." I was like, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
I worked really hard on it, but then
Is that like whitening strips or like veneers? She's getting like the stuff out of the trunk that we're gonna get going.
all
Shocking.
natural.
This is where, well, two things. One, thank you for the donation so far. Keep them coming in. You're awesome. You're all the best. Second, what do you bring with you supply-wise as you park this vehicle and most likely
Giant
head out on
flashlights
foot?
for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Big old flashlight. I think for Journey, she's going to put on her. She's gonna get geared up, so she's gonna put on her flak jacket, and she pulls out
Yep.
her. She pulls out Care Bear. Care
Describe
Bear.
Care Bear?
Care Bear it's in the drawing. Care Bear is her pink shotgun. That's got Care Bear stickers all over. It's painted pink. Or it's got the pink vinyl on it. It's got Care Bear stickers all over it, and a bunch of like cute little like phone charms attached to the end of it. When she gets like the shells out, and she's like, "Yeah, cause like totally gonna have to like I assume we're gonna have to like rock somebody's world, right?" And she's like grabbing the shells out, putting them into her coat.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much unavoidable at this point. Somebody's gonna get their world rocked. Gavin pulls out like a dorky hiking walking stick.
Oh, does it have a compass on the top? Because I love
Hell yeah,
ones
it
that have
does.
that.
Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's got a handle, and then it's like some sort of alloy plastic. Yeah, thing underneath.
100%. Ash and Mal, what do you have with you, or what do you bring in?
Like rugged good looks. But also like a pair of fisticuffs and like a handgun.
Okay,
Oh, sorry, I also have a pistol.
got it.
I don't need much to kill. I just do.
Mal.
Yeah, Mal definitely pulls out like one of these army surplus backpacks that has already been packed, shoves the stuff from the store into it, and next to like in the trunk, they also pull out like a baseball bat and a shotgun, and they like slide on knuckle dusters as well, and then like crack their knuckles. They probably
love
look a
this.
little more alive than anyone else has seen them in like the last few hours.
Yeah, it's like that change of like someone who hasn't had caffeine and then you have the caffeine and it's a 180 difference. It's an immediate, visibly
Gavin-
apparent, as you said.
Gavin looks at Mal and says, same as usual, like if something bad happens, you won't let me die, right?
We'll toss Ash in the way first and run.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Gavin.
I mean, because he's great.
Yeah, he is a wall of muscular base.
Muscles.
Hey, Gavin. Can you be a sweetheart and like hold on to this really large one? She hands over the large flashlight since your hands are a little bit more freed up.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That's good. So there's one path leading off of the parking area. Yeah.
The parking area, to describe it, you are in very much the thick of it in terms of the woods. There are trees everywhere. You see there was a fence like near the path. The fence looks like someone maybe backed their car into it. It's bent a little bit, but you see a path next to it on the left side of this fence that leads down. And where you're standing right now, you can't tell what's down there at the moment, other than, well, it's probably more trees, but looks like a
it's
path
probably
to follow.
woods. I just want to take one quick look, like at the guardrail, the parking guardrail, as we pass by. Does it look like one of the cars here hit it, or did it happen like a long time ago? Is it just a bend? Am I overthinking it?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. The fence being bent a little bit, that feels like that probably happened accidentally once. Someone probably was like, sorry, I'll pay whatever fine, and then it just never got fixed.
I would like to, before we actually head off though, I'd like to look at the couple's car, the cars that are there real quick.
Yeah.
And take a look at them.
Sure. Give me intelligence plus investigation.
Okay, I am not very good at investigation, but
I'll look at the other car while Journey does that.
Same
Whichever
die
one
roll.
Journey picks, I'll pick the other.
Same die roll. Intelligence plus
Sweet.
investigation if you're gonna
all
check.
right. Investigation
We all do it.
plus intelligence.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
all do
might
it.
as well check.
Gotta love when it's just 2 die. That's why this game is sometimes intense.
Listen, I did the
I'm
best. I had
so
one
bad at
success.
this.
We got 2.
3.
Oh, there's 3.
Okay.
Straight
Yeah,
fail.
my favorite. Nothing.
You got. You looked
I'll
at the.
go-
You looked at your reflection in the window.
Yep, 100%. You see your reflection
It's
and you're just so
pose
enamored
after
by it.
pose.
I mean, look how you
after
look.
pose. God, I
Yeah,
look
you
great
just do
today.
a perfect like, oh yeah, see how I look today?
Yeah.
100%. You're caught up in that. It is what it is. Gavin and
God
Journey,
damn,
you
pretty.
kind of don't see anything out of the ordinary. It's just a nice, fancy looking SUV. Nothing strange about it. Mal, you kind of are able to deduce, like, you see footprints on the ground where they clearly had been walking. When you check the car, you notice that all their electronics are still in there, including their phones. And the weird thing about it is it's not like they're just sitting on the seats. They're like perfectly placed in like the cup holder next to the seats. And it's one
Are
of
the
those
cars
weird
unlocked?
like you put your hand on the driver's seat, door opens.
Grab first phone. Any power to it, or
First phone. What? I'll make a die roll for that. That's fun. Let me see. I'm gonna roll a lot of dice for this because I just want to do that for once.
you can
Kevin's
do
gonna walk
blind
up
rolls
next to
in
you.
Foundry.
Kevin's gonna walk up next
But
to
I
you.
also
waiting to
have
a
these
seat.
wonderful fancy dice that I just want to roll because I can't help it.
You do you.
First roll, first phone, dead. Completely, no power whatsoever. You probably take a second and be like, okay, this thing's just useless. Second one has at most 20% battery on it. And it is, you do get it, but it has an automatic, once you check it, it's the automatic facial recognition from an iPhone. And it's just like, password needed.
Here's the thing: did that newspaper that we have? Were any pictures of the people?
No photos of the people whatsoever.
Oh wait, can we find their faces on social media? Hey
Try that,
Gavin,
yeah.
can you like look them up and see if they have like an Instagram? Instagram, that's the one, right?
What are you trying to accomplish here? Are you trying to do like a facial recognition? I don't know if that works with a picture.
Worth trying, I suppose. Better than nothing, I guess.
We could maybe guess he's going to go and look for the couple's social media accounts and look for things like a wedding date or an anniversary.
I'm going
birthday.
to say, if you are going to do that, intelligence plus technology, I'm going to make that a very high difficulty. 'Cause
Ooh, please do.
I need to.
We've got
Difficulty
some
of
hero
5.
die.
Difficulty 5, intelligence.
so many
plus
heroes.
Technology.
Can we help out?
Oh, I have no help
If you
here.
want.
I will
rip either
say,
way.
if you want to help, you can. It'll just be adding an extra die.
That's
That's
fine.
it.
I have 4 in intelligence, so I can justify
Okay,
that.
yeah, you can add,
Okay,
Doc,
so
you can
I'll add
add
one
one
more
extra
die.
die to your roll.
No, I cannot help you here.
Difficulty of 5, you said?
Difficulty of 5.
Okay. Rolling.
Ooh, look at that beautiful bean
Cha
footage.
cha cha. That's a 6. A critical success.
Critical.
A critical success.
Critical success. Hey.
I'm a nerd.
Somehow, with just first name basis alone, you're able to find some, maybe like, of all things, maybe it's a Reddit about camping in the Pacific Northwest.
Yep. Maybe.
seems like it
Maybe
makes
it's
the
that
most
same Reddit
sense.
thread. Like maybe they were looking at the thread saying we're going to be going soon.
Yeah, maybe they were looking, and you actually know what? We're gonna go with that because that's genius. You do find one that's like, oh yeah, me and my partner going out there soon. Good to have this info just in case. And somehow their Reddit name, you take it, put it on Instagram. You do find like photos or whatnot. The difficulty with that though is now trying to see if you can get facial recognition on one phone to work on another.
Right.
which will then be another tech roll, and it's going to be the same difficulty
Okay.
of 5.
And as he does that, like as he's in this step, he's like talking to all the rest of them, but really he's talking to Journey. As there's some weird, I don't know what the dynamic between Gavin and Journey is weird. And so he's like, you see, Journey, if you're gonna have a username, you shouldn't use the same one in more than one place. It's good for somebody who wants a brand, but if you don't want people from your past to find you, you gotta mix it up. That's what I do.
Oh my
And then
god,
he
that's such a
sort of-
good idea. I think I'd call myself something like, what'd be a good name for me? Like, Pink Tuna. Pink Tuna would be a good name for me.
Tuna. He
Well, because
thinks for a
somebody,
moment, and then he
because
says,
pink is my favorite, and someone said I look fishy.
okay, but pink tuna sort of reminds me of genitals for some reason. So
Is there
Not
something
sure
wrong with
that's-
genitals? Like, the third eye taught us that we should be very
Not mine.
proud of our
Make
bodies.
the roll.
I am. Do I get an advantage for
would-
talking about genitals? Just kidding.
No advantage for that.
Technology intelligence. I can already tell that I'm glad we have hero points.
Oh my
Let
god.
him rip
This
here in a
is
second.
I love how much of a chaos session this has turned into, so I appreciate
Okay.
all 4 of
Do
you
I
so
still
much.
get the assist from Mal?
No assist.
Okay. Mal's mad
It was
because I
just
said
for that
tough
first
on
roll.
people.
Listen,
Mal had
they-
gone to look for the other phones at the mention of Pink Tuna.
Fantastic.
Listen, all I can
That's a
say
good
about
party.
this
Here we go.
is when I created Journey, I asked Nate
Oh,
if it was
shit.
okay.
That's 2 that time.
Try it again.
What would a hero point get me in this situation, Nate?
So I will give you an option. You can use a hero point and re-roll all of that, or you can spend willpower and re-roll 3 dice.
I'm going to use the hero point. I think I love
Okay.
my precious will.
Just do the just a complete re-roll. I will say, just to make it easier, so we don't overspend hero points, whatever is higher of the 2 rolls, and then after that you can't use a hero point again on the same roll.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever's higher is what I'm going to go with. Difficulty of 5. All right. A roll. Yes. Yeah. Damn it.
Damn it, one off.
So close.
Can we use a
All right.
willpower to reroll that 1 die?
You can re-roll the 3. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
Um,
you do that in Foundry. So if you just want to, just click
I
the
click
D10 symbol at the
willpower.
bottom. Click.
Slash.
Yeah, you should be able to click it there. Hopefully.
So how many
If
D10s
If not, just you
am
can
I
do up to
rolling?
3. That's yep. So the 3 that you
okay.
didn't get successes on, you can re-roll those. It's only
I'll
3 though.
re-roll all 3 of them then. Look at my pretty pink dice.
Yay.
I
I'm
got a
going
3, a 6, and
to.
an 8.
He's gonna villainous.
You know what? I think this is a fun idea. I'm gonna use a villain point in a very different way than I
Yeah,
said.
get it to me.
Somehow you do find a photo that's like of one
Mhm.
of their faces, and you try that one, doesn't work. The phone's just like, nope. So you have to do that thing of, okay, turn this phone off, pick it back up with another face. It does pick up the other face, and then a weird thing happens. The phone
Oh, shit.
glitches for a second. And it's not just that phone, you also notice your phone glitches for a weird second and then resets. But you are able to open up the phone that you have. The problem is now I need you to make a tech check to see if the phone is still working, because you're now noticing the battery has gone down from 20% to 15% really quickly.
Zapped a lot of. Okay, here we go. Difficulty of
4. It'll be nice.
You're so nice.
Oh,
I'm too nice.
No.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm way too nice. I need to be more of a
Yeah.
pain in the butt. Here's the thing, and I will say it this way because I think it's fun. The phone seems to be working fine. You're not sure what the hell that was about. The phone is at 14% battery, so whatever you're gonna do, you got to make it real quick, because that phone's
Check
gonna
camera
turn
roll.
off.
Check the camera roll to see if, or any sort of video of where they're going, any sort of notes on Notepad about here's our schedule or a plan.
Here's what's weird about it. You go through the photos. You have the most typical, I don't want to say boring because that's mean, but most boring couple photos
Generic.
imaginable. We
Oh, are they
all know what
boring?
that is. They're very, and it's actually, you know what? Now this is funny and I have to
Did
do
I
it. I
find-
know it's a horror game, but I'm doing this anyways.
I did get a critical
They're
success
like
on the
those
first.
they're like those station shots of couples who do travel photography, just like always happy in the woods, la la la. Photos of like them like posing a selfie as they're hiking. You
Right.
get a photo of a camp. The most recent photo is of their campsite, and you're not sure if that no. And you check it, and it says 7 days ago.
Hmm.
There is no other photos after that. And what's weird, and why I'm going to go off the tech check of being
Yes.
a little glitchy with the villain point, you go to check messages, all their messages have been wiped.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. I point that out to everyone. I say, I mean, it's weird, right? Mal, you said they were just like, Mal! You said they were just like in the car, right? They weren't like hidden under a seat or.
Sitting
So
there
they
like
went to their
someone
campsite,
purposely.
had a picture of their campsite, at some point came back to their car and left the phones here?
Like I said, something about this town is fucked up.
No, that's clear. Yeah, I'm checking like that glitch. Is the battery like, can I see it like going down? Is there like
You can see it now.
anything weird with the
You can see it now,
reception?
not rapidly, but it's more like 14%, 13% now. Now 12%.
Yeah. It shouldn't be draining this fast. I'm going to shut it off. Probably be like, I don't think there's anything else we can get from it, but just in case, he's gonna shut it down to save the battery.
Out of curiosity in all of this, Ash, what are you doing?
I'm staring at myself, looking amazing. Also,
you
making
do just
nobody
that.
comes, like nobody approaches. Acting as a guard more
Yep.
than anything else.
You don't see anything. You just see the four of you and the vehicles in the parking area. The thing you do notice, and all the others notice this as well, very much you can tell the time of day is changing, but also it's more prominent when you're in the woods just because of the area you're in is obviously a parking lot. You have a beautiful view of the sky above, but it's getting to that very orange hue into like that sort of purple and like pink basically where you can tell the sun's setting. But because you're in the woods, you can tell the time of day is very quickly starting to change because it just starts getting much darker and darker.
The time is changing.
Did I find any of the other phones?
There are no other phones present. When you do go to the motorcycle, as I mentioned, that sort of hard top, like hatchback, like thing on the side is open. Nothing's inside it. It's just completely empty. It's a good bike, though. It's gorgeous.
Anything in the SUV?
The SUV, like I said, you found those phones. Just
I thought
what's weird is there's. Oh.
the SUV belonged to the guy and not the couple.
Oh no, couple had the SUV. The guy had the regular convertible.
Okay, then what I meant was the convertible then.
Oh yeah, no problem. For that one, find a cup of coffee still sitting in there. It is extremely cold because it's been sitting in there probably for days at this point. No sign of any camp gear or any supplies in any vehicle. The only thing you found that's weird is just the phones were there for some reason. And then the motorcycle, as I mentioned, nothing is on it except it's a bike. Just the bike.
I don't know if we should be more concerned that the phones are there or that no one left anything else. But I think we've tapped out on resources.
Well, I mean, we did actually get one thing thanks to you finding those phones, is now that we actually know what that couple looks like. So at least 2 out of the 4 people, we actually know what they look like, so that's good.
And in terms of physical appearance, because I think I have to do this, your whatever image pops to mind of like late 20s travel bloggers, 100% that. And I feel like that says a lot. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
God,
It's just
I
what
have
you
to
remember.
say,
Yeah.
You know what? I have to say, now granted, I know that my pop culture is a little lacking over the last couple of years, but like, the one thing I did see was the Mitchells versus the Machines, and that couple looks exactly like the perfect parents from that movie. It's kind of funny.
Wait, the kids movie?
It's a great.
It's an animated movie. Animation is not for kids. I'll have you know.
If it has a Disney logo, it's for kids. And
Oh
all
my god,
animation,
Ash.
like,
You seriously need to get a little bit of culture going on. Have you ever seen Scavenger's Reign? It is a masterpiece of art.
Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
You walk and talk.
I watch Rambo on repeat.
Now, listen, Ash, I've got to say that maybe you should, like, talk to my therapist, because I feel like you have some internalized, like, toxic masculinity that you need to work through. Like, Rambo is a perfectly fine movie to watch, but, like, is that all that you're
We are heading down
consuming?
the trail.
Yeah, this conversation happens as you're walking.
as
There's all
every
player
as we
door.
like enter the forest,
Yeah.
what Mal would do. I imagine this would be acceptable for Mal to have is to like pull out a bottle of like that really fluorescent spray paint, and
allow it.
Mal would
Yep.
just like mark like an X or something on that first tree.
Got it. It's clear as day.
Mhm.
You get to tell me this. What color is it? Phosphorus.
It is like that day glow green, like something you'd see even at night.
Oh my god, Mal, you're so smart. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I'm gonna say, do you take probably every couple of feet or so to mark another little bit of it here and there? Kind of
Yeah,
just,
like every
dab it.
like 40, 50 feet, just to like
Got
mark
it.
off all, not necessarily like wasting it super quickly, but if
Yeah.
we turned around, we would at
Noted.
least see it.
Yep, I've made a note on that. I will remember that. 4 of you continue that conversation. It goes on and on as you go
To
in.
continue that conversation.
2 of us continue that conversation.
Yeah, 2 of you continue
Gavin
that
is like
conversation. What's
looking
going
around
on?
for movement in the woods. Shit.
Rennie's
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna
you
just
need to
say.
talk
Creed
about-
films, you know, like
Uh,
good set of films.
all of you roll wits and awareness.
Oh God.
Listen,
I'm-
like, you know what? Have you ever seen like Pitch Black? That was up your alley.
Code Foundry's taking forever to update on my end.
I'm kidding. Who's
There
again?
we go. 2, 1, 2, 2. That's a good apartment. You continue walking in. It's whatever vivid image pops into your heads about the Pacific Northwest in terms of the woods. It is that. It is just. Sometimes you think about what you're going to say and you're like, "Yep, I'm going to use that exactly."
Look at the size of these
It is-
trees.
It
It's
is
the Twilight
thick.
Owa
It
Owa
is-
Owa.
Exactly. It's thick. It's very full with scenery. You know, nature is everywhere basically. You're at a point where you can tell that unless you need to start taking your flashlights out because visibility is getting lower and lower and lower. You continue in. You come across a strange sight that you're not really sure why is this here. It makes kind of no sense. Then you start noticing there is another path for cars to go down if they so choose. That's not the parking lot. It's just a different path. There's like what looks like kind of almost like a general store of sorts in the woods. But at the same time, it's almost as if nature has reclaimed it and there are vines everywhere, basically grabbing hold of it.
Oh my god, it's a mystery shack.
Front
That is
door is
really
not
shit.
even there. It's been ripped. The front door is not even there. It's on the ground, covered in
I
ivy and
think
vines.
technically it's a mystery shop. Doesn't look like it's been open for a while. Let's shine some lights inside of it to see if we see anything. And I
From
do.
the when you now, my question on this, because I want to be specific with it, are you at the front door shining it in, or about 10 or so feet away shining into it?
I am outside of it. I am not at the front door, but I'm aiming for like windows, looking to see if there's like
Okay.
anything of interest, anything that's newer than what the rest of this place appears to be.
What did you get for your? I'm gonna go off.
Looking for 4 missing people that are just
One.
standing in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
That's-
off your 1 wits and awareness because it's fun in
Thank
this
you.
game. I can just do that, and
Yes.
it's great. You shine a light, going through the windows. It shines back because it's windows. Why would it not shine back? When you, I'll make this more interesting. When you shine it through the front door, no light goes through the door.
Do you see
Just
this?
pitch black, and then the light pops back once you move it across from like left to right.
It's like the interior is like swallowing the light up. Look.
Well, that feels a little awkward. Do you guys mind if you give me
That's
like
not
a
the word I would
minute?
use.
Well, do you like
Toss
mind
a
if you
rock
give me
into
like
it.
a moment?
Yeah, take a
Toss
moment.
a rock
Journey,
into it.
whatever you need.
Okay.
What
Journey,
are
Um,
you gonna do?
as you do that, because I know Alice just said this too, and then I will let you do that. Journey, Alice, Mal throws a rock into there.
Mhm.
You do hear it. It's something, but you don't see anything. Journey, go
That's
ahead.
fucking
here.
What I would like to do is I would actually like to use my edge, which is sense the
what is it
unnatural.
specifically?
I have sense the
Yeah.
unnatural, so I'd like to do that. And also, I have, let's see, my I did take 2 perks with it. So the perks are creature specialization. So I gain 2 bonus dice to sense a specific type of creature. And then also hands free, so I don't need to have anything. I just do it because I'm weird and psychic. I can
just
put
automatically don't.
Yeah, I put the thing in the boundary so you can see it a bit easier.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I have the book next to me, but sometimes it's easier.
Yes, I'll make your life easier. I put it there.
Okay. What you will do still is make a roll of either wits plus occult or wits plus science.
It'll be occult because I'm an ex-cultist. I don't believe in science.
Yeah.
You know the flat
Screw that
Earth?
science.
You know flat Earth? I don't believe in flat Earth. Why? Because the Earth isn't real.
It's its own void dimension, of course.
It's the creation of the dream of an elder being. Sorry, it's wits. I can find my thing. And then I think I get 2 bonus dice. How do you add the bonus dice again?
It should be. Let me see if I click on this. How it does this.
Because it just gives me Hunter's dice and Desperation dice.
Okay, I will say
desperation dice?
roll it, and then if it doesn't let you add anything from there, I know there's the dice icons in the bottom right in Foundry. Just click the D10 and make it roll 2d10.
Oh, I think I'll have to do that.
So 2, and then roll the other 2. 10 and a 7, or 10 and a 1. So you got 3 successes because I saw one of them's a 10. 3. Actually, that hits the number for that. So
nice.
Okay, that's perfect because I said difficulties would be of 3 for that, so I will stick with that. What exactly is? It says you don't need one, but what is your implement again? Just out of curiosity.
I'm actually hands free, so it's basically
so you just
so I just like sense it. I'm like
the vibe you're getting off of that.
Basically, she's like going
weird.
Yeah, she's going off it, looking at it, being like, okay, like who are you then? Like, what are we talking about here?
The vibe you get is just immediately unnerving, not friendly, unsettling.
Ooh, guys, whatever that is, Toad's not a friend, and it's giving me like that weird chills up my spine. Like it's kind of invigorating.
Oh, I was gonna say upsetting and ominous.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that too, of course, but like that's my wheelhouse.
I mean, yeah, we all see that. Like, it's a weird shadow store. You think there's something in there?
There's something in there, right? Because I got creature specialization, so it's like a specific type of creature.
As you two are having that conversation, Mal, the rock you threw,
Mm-hmm.
gets thrown back at you and lands at your feet.
Obviously, the most strongest and bravest
and beautiful
go in first.
All right, I guess I have to.
Hey,
Oh, I guess, Ash, if you want to, you can.
thank you.
I will also add at this point, if you decide to have desperation dice using your creeds at all, you have 1 in the pool that anyone can use. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, Ash,
I'm gonna put my flashlight, by the way, on the end of my shotgun. Attach it to it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's that perfect, like, yep.
I'm gonna do
Is
the
Journey
same
just like a
with-
Borderlands character?
Kinda, yeah. She's as insane as one.
I'm gonna do the same thing with wrapping my flashlight on my pistol, and then
I'm gonna
start
do the same
walking,
thing with
you know,
my
right-
flashlight and my walking stick.
I love that. Yeah, you do that. Ash, do you go there? Or go into the doorway, basically?
The Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
I love this voice so much.
You're
You
welcome.
stride forward. The others either stay where they are or follow right behind you. And as I say behind you, I mean literally behind you. They're letting you lead the way because they're
I'm
gonna
very
be their
far
shield.
behind.
Somebody's got to do
You
it.
get to the door, and it's weird because you have this weird moment as you walk up to it. It's pitch black. Like it's like that pitch. I'm saying this as a description. I'm not meaning literally, but it's like that inky blackness where it's just hard to look in.
Yeah.
Then you get in the door frame, shine the light in, and you see that, yeah, it's just a general store on the inside, but it's like as if it's been ransacked and completely turned over, and as if nature itself is now creeping on the inside and taking over everything. It's like this place has been abandoned for a long time. So either this place has not been used in decades, or something really freaking weird has gone on, and it just aged that quickly over a span of a few days. No idea.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's no one's here from what you
That's
can
why I
see
don't
on
like
the
Cabin
inside.
in the Woods. Never have a good time with them.
Do we see him still?
Have you walked fully into the building?
Oh no.
Well, as for Ash, did you
him,
walk
maybe.
fully into the building?
I'm gonna turn back and go,
Hey, everything looks pretty cool over here. Nothing inside.
But are you fully inside the building?
yeah, why not?
Okay, but
I'll press
the
I'll
others you
press the
don't
big red button.
The others, you don't see him.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay outside.
You can hear him. Yeah, you can hear him, but you don't see him in the store.
okay. Ash, can you see? Ash, this is Gavin.
Hi.
Hi.
You've reached Ash. You're
Is this
welcome.
like a leave a message after the beep kind of situation?
Yeah.
I don't know why
Ash,
he had to
can you-
reintroduce himself. I know who you are.
Okay, well, I just didn't know because we can't see you, buddy. Can you see us?
Can I turn around and just like go back up to the doorway?
If you go to the doorway and stand outside, yeah, they can see you.
Hi.
Oh, when he
What?
steps outside, we can see him.
Oh, so I have to step outside. Oh.
Yeah, if you step outside, they can see you. If you're saying that
Like a
from within,
two-way
they can
mirror.
see you.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
can
It's
you
like,
see
if the
us?
door's
Can he see
open and wait, hold on. So if the door's open, right?
Doors,
I'm
yeah, it's wide open
inside.
because there's no door. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm inside, can't see them on the outside, but the second I step outside, they can see me.
I'm gonna actually go with what Cyberella said, which is on the outside they can't see inside, but when you're inside, you can see them
You
outside,
can see them.
and you
Two-way
can see what's
mirror.
inside the store. Yeah, it's a
Hell yeah.
it's a two-way, except it's more they only have one way of looking, and then yeah. as you
I've
said.
played enough Diablo to know a boss fight's coming up.
Uh,
I didn't understand
Frankie.
that.
Ash, take a video of what you see inside.
Okay, I gotta
And,
work this phone.
And text message it
no.
to one of us.
I have it set to selfie mode. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
and I'll do like a scan of the inside, and like
Roll.
try to send something back out.
God, this has got to be a weird roll I'm about to make, but I want you to do it.
Leadership.
Composure plus technology.
God, no. All right, how to see a failure in real time?
The successes
No
though.
fucking
Actually,
way.
2 out of 2.
No, here's the
fuck,
thing,
I
though.
zero technology. That's exactly why I thought that was.
You know
going
what?
Fire
bad.
hose.
Now here's the thing though, is you go to take it, and I'm gonna say you do take a video. I'm not gonna take that away. Because the fact that you even got 2 successes with 2 dice is really funny to me, and I love that. That makes me so happy. But when
what
you
can I
go to
say?
send it,
Just
it
lucky.
looks like it sends on your phone. The others don't get anything back.
Hey, I
You get
sent
the
it to
message.
you.
Now, what happens if I pull out my phone and not necessarily start taking a video?
Yeah.
Just what do I see on my screen if I pan over the outside of this house?
If you do that, what happens is obviously if it's like photo mode or video mode, whatever one
Mhm.
pops up, whatever one you're using, obviously phones can auto adjust in dark like for dark vision based, not dark vision, but like low light. That's the word I was trying to remember. It can do that. You maybe even have it where, because I do this a lot for photos on my phone, if it's too dark, you pinpoint the exact point of focus you want, and then you do that button on the side to kick up the brightness a bit, which you're able to do that. Gets super grainy. That door is pitch black.
Oh my god, Mal, I have an idea.
Do you want to
Your
go
phone-
into?
No. Your phone. Turn on the face recognition thing. And point it towards it. You know, like that little thing that puts like the little dog face on a person's face.
Considering what we already saw with the other phone, why don't you use yours?
I'm sorry. Are you asking Mal to use an Instagram filter on the house?
I don't even
Yeah.
have Instagram.
Okay, fine. It's probably
Yeah,
on my
that is-
phone. And she like fools around on her phone until she gets it going. and like on her own self,
Yep.
she's like a little kitty cat, and then she points it towards the house.
Okay, Ash,
nothing.
what else is inside there? Like, does it look? We can't
Oh, yeah.
see. Does it look like?
Why do you get
For
in?
Journey,
Like,
nothing.
I'm not a fucking messenger owl.
For Journey, when you do that, by the way, nothing happens. It just
Okay.
looks like a regular image. Yep.
To be fair, it was a good horror movie trope moment to let something pop
Oh yeah,
up.
no, it's good. Yeah, no problem. Ash, sorry, I cut you off.
Why don't you just get in here? It just looks like an abandoned shack that's been torn apart.
No, I want to see if you die first.
Huh, I can't die. I'm too handsome.
As you say that, hear like some item or other get knocked over in like an adjacent room. It's like something falling off a
Immediately, like
shelf.
180.
Or where the
Okay,
noise is.
well,
I don't approach yet. I just like kind of like peek, like just do a lean.
Okay.
And just say,
If anyone's there, just know I am armed. I'm dangerous. And I think there's a third thing that's supposed to go right here. So say I did something menacing.
Do you say that loud enough where the other three would have heard you?
yeah, of course.
Okay, you all three of you hear that.
Ash has one.
You also, I'm gonna say you also
I
hear a
can't
noise from the
yell
outside of
because
something.
like I have people here.
Okay.
like,
No, you're good. I just wanted to
Yeah.
specify. The other three, you also hear that noise of something like getting knocked over. It's way louder outside than it is for Ash on the inside. And you hear
Okay.
Ash say out loud all that.
okay, so like I'm gonna go in there because I'd feel really bad if Ash actually died or something like that. And not to mention, I did send some bad voodoo in there, so like, I guess I'm going
Very
in.
brave. We're right.
So,
Yep.
well, you don't have to go in if you don't want to, but like,
I'm not.
Thank you.
okay.
Mal, you hold your ground. Yeah, Mal,
Can
you
I
hold
have,
your
like,
ground
the-
perfectly.
Or no, I don't need anything. I'll be back. She goes and walks in.
Okay.
Yeah, you
And
got a
as soon as
shotgun,
she
you're
goes
good.
inside, like Gavin
Yeah.
turns to Mal and be like, "We're not going in there, right?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Ash, I came to help
Uh,
you out because like something's totally in here with you, and like we heard a big loud noise outside, and so I'm worried about you.
When you enter, everything looks like I mentioned for Ash. You can see his store has just been. It's seen much better days.
So like,
And
if
then
you
for
want to take
Ash-
point, I'll cover you.
Of course.
You take point. Yeah, you take point. Again, another noise that's very like two things falling on the ground, basically like a very big like if someone had like a glass hit the floor, kind of like that, just that loud smashing noise. Get right to where the door is leading into another room, and because I think this is fun, roll willpower.
Okay.
That goes for both of you.
Nice. I got 4 successes.
2 successes.
Damn. Okay. I will say for Journey, you're fine in this. Nothing phases you. For Ash, the briefest of seconds, this catches you off guard. Something flies out of the room, and it's just a much larger than usual raccoon that just hisses at you and
Shoot
then scurries.
Oh my god, that was
Hair
so.
trigger.
Oh no.
I
Okay,
don't care if I
well,
hit or not. It's just immediately the gun go off.
know what?
Like,
because I'm just gonna say no
no,
rolls
no,
on that.
I don't
'cause
say
won't
we
do
were
that.
gonna like. We don't need to actually like debate.
No,
it
I know,
out.
that's
just
what I'm
think
saying.
literally just in the
It's-
startled. Dude,
Yeah, you hair
Mhm.
trigger, it misses it. The thing scurries out. Mal and
Gavin runs in.
You just see this giant. Yeah, you run in, but right as you get to the door, you just see a raccoon go right between your legs.
Oh
Al,
my
you don't
god,
flinch.
Ash.
You just stand and just see it go off into the woods.
Ash,
That
like
raccoon.
we're looking for like missing people, man. You can't just fire off a gun like that. What if it had been a
Startled me.
person?
Then I would feel bad, but I did yell ahead of time, letting people know I was here. So if they
Letting
get shot
everything
after
know.
that, that's on them.
I mean, I guess, but also we had like a weird doorway where we couldn't look in. Like, what if sound isn't
Yeah,
traveling
I'm-
properly?
Against his better judgment, Gavin is now inside the shop.
Oh. Hey, Gavin, I
And
thought you were
you
gonna
can
stay
see it
He got
outside.
shot and he came in just to make sure everything's okay.
Yep, and you see, like I mentioned, it looks like this
Same
this
thing.
place has seen better days.
Cool. All right. Gonna go tail behind the others. Big
Okay,
raccoon.
I guess keep going then, I guess.
Yep. Do you check the store for anything? What you doing?
I'm gonna be searching like the counter, the register area, like looking for like where like the hot spot of activity would have been.
Sure. You find, and I'm not gonna put a roll on this because I figure, you know what, you find this, it's out in the open. You do find a map of sorts for the area showing one of the trails that is very much the common trail people can take to go to the campgrounds and whatnot. Where you're located, you just gotta find the trail that's right to the left of the building and you follow it down and it goes down into the forest itself. You also
So the
know
others,
from
hey,
the
look, a
map
map of
there
sorts.
is some kind of lake or pond nearby as well, but it's a little farther off from where the main campsite is.
Okay.
Okay. I'll pocket that.
Can I
Pocket
can I roll my edge again to see if I can better now that I'm inside better pinpoint this like entity, like its location?
Here's the weird thing: no roll is needed. You don't sense anything weird,
Oh, okay. That is
which is
so
unnerving.
That is so weird. I no longer feel that presence anymore being in here. Like, maybe it's legitimately just the doorway. And if so,
What if it
that's
was the
really
raccoon?
odd.
Mm,
No, I don't think so.
well, it might be
It
that
could
it
have
just.
been a haunted raccoon.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, okay, guys. Yes, could be a haunted raccoon. I won't say no to that. Could be that, but
I will say
keep in
no to
mind
that.
Some like some haints and spirits are tied to like a location or a place. Some move. Like it could be that there was something here and now it's gone. Maybe
Okay.
our presence.
Mal.
You
scared
think?
it
I'm
off.
gonna ask a dumb question then, but it's one that we gotta put onto the table now rather than later. If that's the case,
All right.
why don't we just burn this fucking thing to the ground, call it a day?
Probably because we're like in a
Always the
forest.
solution.
Probably because like if we're in a forest and like if we
Also-
start a fire of a huge building, we'll like, I don't know, maybe start fire to the whole forest. And like that
Yeah,
may
that's
not be a
what
good
fire's
idea.
made for,
Who
right?
needs the Pacific Northwest?
I feel like the Pacific Northwest is on fire like a good chunk of the year and it doesn't need our help.
Okay. Listen, I wanted
Yeah,
it on the
but-
table to say later.
As this is going on, quick question to Mal: do you have your flashlight on?
If it is dark enough to need a flashlight on, yes.
It is now to the point where if you don't have a light on, you won't see anything.
Yeah, no. Mal would have, because this is something I was going to ask anyways. Basically, Mal would have pulled like a camp light out, and again, I also picked up one of those like heavy duty grade mag lights as well.
Yeah.
But definitely at least a camp light on because Mal's actually going through some of their papers for me to roll library in a second.
God, I feel like an idiot asking this. For the camp light, is that like flashlight or like actual fire?
No, like there's mag lights which are like a flashlight, and then there's camp
Yeah. And
then you
lights
can
which
extend
are
it.
like one of those little like
Lanterns.
cylinders.
Oh.
you
They're
can
like
pull up.
lanterns.
Okay. They're like lanterns. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to specify and make sure. So in other words, it would be technically electronic, I guess.
Usually they're battery powered. Yeah.
Okay, that works. You light that. And it's weird. You just bought this thing or had it. It starts glitching off and on, like a good second, and then it's stable and it's just a good steady light. But for like the previous seconds, for some weird reason, it was like on the fritz, and now it's fine.
Narrow my eyes at it, and then go back to my papers, because I want to roll library so I can roll where they hide.
Yeah, by all means.
So what do I roll for my edge?
So library, correct?
Yeah.
Paper for you.
Because it says my edge pool is resolve plus academics.
Yeah, and I was gonna say if you want, you can add desperation die because you're inquisitive and you're trying to learn something. That's part of that, so I will allow that. So library, and it's just library. Yeah, resolve plus academic. Yep. So roll that. So roll resolve plus academic. Add if you want. You may add an extra die because you can you're leaning into your creed, as it were, as your desperation. You're always inquisitive, trying to find new knowledge and seek that out. So add,
So add
that
one
as
to
well.
desperation.
Yep. Yeah, to desperation, add 1. Yep. There you go. Sick. Possible. Okay. You're fine. I'll say that's a good roll. You're good. 2. Let me double check something though.
Because this is an edge, do I add those extra dice then?
You know what? I'm gonna do this, and it's not me spending a villain point. It's more me realizing what I was saying. Click the despair box if it pops up.
Okay.
The way this works is because you got only 1 success on what you were doing. The 1 success is sadly not enough, and I'm going to treat it based off how it said as kind of like a fail. Whatever your action you were trying to do for research, it just for some reason, even when you use your phone has a weird thing that probably really ticks you off. You go to click on it, doesn't react.
Oh no, these
to
are
your
physical
touch.
papers.
Oh, physical papers. Paper, for some weird reason, the paper, you're just not, for some reason, the light you were mentioning, for some weird reason, anytime you try to point the light your way to read it, it just won't work it just won't work for some reason. The light keeps fizzing out anytime you try to bring it close to you, and you can't really understand what the hell's going on with that. But like, you're completely shadowed. Anything you want to read, for some reason, the light will not touch it at the moment. That's odd, because that's not how light works. Light is, you point it in one direction, it lights the damn place up. This, for some reason, it's not letting you, it's just not cooperating. And you've never seen that before. I'll say, like, if one of them comes out of the building, you can hand the papers off and they can most likely hold it up for you.
I won't ask them to come out. I'm waiting for them to come
come
out.
out of the building.
Yep. As if stepping out of a shadow, there's Gavin.
Weird.
Forrest is fucked up.
It's still 2024, right? Wasn't like a time travel shadow.
Still 2020.
This is me. This is in
do I want to
character
do that?
to Mal.
No, we're not going to do that.
This is in character to Mal.
No, it's 2030. Now help me read papers.
Oh God, you look great.
5784.
6 years and you haven't aged at all. I'm trying to play. What are you doing?
Is like this phenomena also like apparent to Gavin?
Gavin, when
You're
you look at them, for some reason, am I muted? Can you hear me?
You were
Yeah,
for a
you're
second. Now you're good.
Oh, that was weird. I probably was too far away from my mic. I apologize. Gavin, yeah, for some weird reason, you look at the light Mal's holding, and they try to point it at themselves. Not working. No light touches Mal at the moment for some bizarre reason.
It's not right, Mal. I'm gonna take my flashlight and shine it at Mal.
For also a brief second, it glitches and flashes off and on, and then it's a stable light. And weirdly enough, for yours, it does hit them, and now you can read it.
I think that the first thing that Gavin thinks is not out of concern for Mal, but like he thinks about like the cell phones and the battery draining and the glitches when he turned them on and the flashlights glitching, and he goes, maybe we should start a fire. Let's start a fire. And he's like,
You find that there is a
don't know how to
fire
start
pit nearby. Yeah,
Here's a fire
there is
pit.
a fire
I found
pit
one.
nearby. Yeah. Also, when Gavin points that light on you, Mal, your light then works as normal, and now you can see your papers.
Yeah, I would just be reading through them to see if I can pick up any evidence on like if there's potentially like a layer, because I would say a lot of these papers are Mal's like personal research into this area and like overall, and like any disappearances, even if they did like come back as like a cougar or something attacked someone. And
I mean, the main
after a
paper you
while-
have. Oh, God.
After a while, Gavin's gonna ask, and be like, "What do you do? What are you looking for?" No. No, what are you looking for?
anything that can point us in the direction we need to go. this shit.
Are those like
happening.
old journal articles? What is this? What are newspaper?
It's a little bit of everything. Like over top of table, like old newspaper clippings, like print offs of like old GeoCity pages that are
About
defunct.
this area? This is in character.
Yeah.
About here?
This area.
Why? How'd you get all this stuff?
Personal reasons.
Okay. All right. Well, anything you can't use. I don't know how to start a fire. I don't go camping.
As you say that, I'll say two things. One, Ash and Journey, you're still in the general store. Nothing out of the ordinary now. Looks like it's there. It just, again, looks like this building has seen much better days, by far. For Mal, you go through your papers. The main one that always comes to the forefront, first and foremost, is the one about your aunt, who went missing in the woods a long time ago, and no one still knows what happened to them. It's still, that is not a local story, because that I feel like has faded with time a little bit, but for you, obviously it's not. That's always present in the back of your mind. In terms of anything regarding this specific area for Mount Owl's Head Regional Park, you know with your research, you have found that over the past few decades, people, whether where you are now in the park or maybe further out or maybe on the periphery, people have vanished in this area and just never been found again. And it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why do people just up and vanish? Like, that's not normal. Like, that wouldn't happen. Clearly it does happen because there's multiple people over the years who have gone missing. The 4 that are missing currently are its most recent people that have gone missing in this sort of local area or within the state, if you want to put it that way. And it's just one of those, you keep trying to find any kind of evidence of like an answer, a solution, and just nothing pops up. It's just one of those giant question marks that will continually be drawn on those papers that just doesn't have an answer at the moment. At least not one you're satisfied with.
Unfortunately. But would I be able to take some like small sticks and different foliage that's probably been pretty dried out and maybe roll survival plus something to light a fire, because I notably did get a lighter.
Yeah, composure plus survival.
And Gavin is notably looking at an empty fire pit
Yep.
for a prolonged period of
Empty
time.
fire pit. And then the other two
Lighting
are still in the
fire.
general store. The other two
Oh
are in
my
the store.
God.
Either if you want to check the store over.
I'm
you just gotta go
re-rolling
to
that
the-
before we.
Hero
I'm
point.
hero point before we burn down a forest.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, please maybe re-roll that. I don't want to.
That was so much
I'm not gonna
failure.
say
You
burn the
can't see our
forest
rolls
down.
at home.
I
We
That
will
was
were the
5
Eldritch
rolls and
Horror
no
the whole
successes.
time.
I
We're
mean,
always
that
the
is
Eldritch
possible. I
Horror.
don't know that. It's always possible. If you want to spend a
That's
hero point, by
better.
all means, you may re-roll
That's
that.
one success.
One. I love when that happens. It makes me happy.
Happy little fire,
Yeah,
but
it takes a little longer than normal, but you get a fire going.
of
What's
this might still be
weird
wet.
is once the fire goes, it's kind of near that front door. For some reason that light shows the inside just fine. You can see the inside of that door once the fire is lit.
Hey. Look at that, huh?
And then you
Oh,
also
that's
can
video game
kind of
logic.
just see Ash and Journey just still standing in there.
I think we're
And then
switching
you
it
two
over.
I mean, I
notice
think
the
we
light
could have
coming
I think we
out.
could come over.
Yeah,
Could
you
have come
notice
over during the
light
fire
now.
building.
You guys think electricity is not
Oh my
very effective?
Oh my god, do you think it's like a being that transfers itself through energy, like electricity? That's why, like the
Yeah,
flashlight
probably.
is like
Yeah.
jumping between
Or can use it.
flashlights.
Yeah,
That or
good
it's
idea.
so
No,
old
you're right,
that
Jen.
it doesn't like electricity.
Doesn't like electricity, or electricity doesn't want to work around it for some reason.
Considering
yeah.
natural
Electricity can want things.
fire is exposing this shit that it's keeping it in. So
Mhm.
Well, what if it wasn't that it doesn't like the light from like the flashlight? It actually might love it because of the whole energy thing, but it doesn't like the light from a fire because
Okay,
fire is
okay.
cleansing.
It is helpful to a point, like the motivations of the thing, but I found this, and he brings out the map. He says,
Yep.
See, here it goes down. There's like a lake or something, some body of water nearby, and there's another right over. And he looks for like the path that he found that leads off of the general store.
Yep.
So
And it's to the left of where you're currently sitting next to the fire. You see it clear as day because there's a
So
sign
does-
even pointing that way.
Mhm. So does anyone have any oil or at least alcohol or something?
I
There's
Torches
got
right.
are
alcohol.
better than flashlights.
What what I would do is grab a big stick. I'm sure one of us has like a cloth they can spare. Like an old
I
shirt.
just rip off a good part of my shirt. Here
Wait
you
for
go.
that. There it is.
Hands over pretty good.
We just won't wait for you to take off your tank top and start ripping it.
It's literally like
We let it turn
Oh,
into
I
it's
think I
Jacob
need
from Twilight
fabric.
Bad, where I'm just like ripping off shirts, pulling out a new one, putting it on.
Nate, is there any chance that
Yeah.
in the general store there's any sort of like lantern that's actually in there so we don't have to do all of this?
Oh,
No,
I was
it's
just
okay.
gonna
I got
spray
3
this.
more shirts on me.
You know what? Let me roll.
I was gonna spray this thing down with bear spray and then light it on and then like put it in
Oh
the
my
fire
god,
pit.
you're gonna get all the blind if you do that.
You know what? Because the die said so. Journey, you go back in. You find like a lantern that works off of like both. Actually, you find 2 lanterns. You find one that's electronic. It's just like it's decorated old. Somehow you're shocked that it actually turns on because it's the big question mark of how long has this stuff been sitting here. And then you find one that's clearly you put oil in it, let the oil, light it aflame.
I did
turn-
find that
turn
like
out the
one
intensity.
oil burning one, like one electrical
Oh,
one
yeah.
which works, but like, you
how
know.
long?
I mean,
Okay.
not that I don't think the torches might also be a good idea to have some backup, but like
this is
maybe
great.
this.
Was there any other like oil in there? Like
Was
a
there? I
can of
guess.
lantern oil?
There's
or-
a tiny bit of oil in that lantern. It can work for a bit.
I guess we want to
I'm
use
just
this maybe
thinking,
like.
if there's a separate. He was actually asking like, is there more oil? It was like backup oil that we can use to like light Ash's shirt on fire.
Oh, if there's extra oil.
But the lantern's great.
Bear spray.
I'm gonna say
Spray
yeah.
a terrible idea.
just
It is
yeah,
flammable.
just spray it.
Yeah,
It
no,
is flammable. It has a
I
reach.
picked it up literally because it's flammable.
Yes, but we're also gonna have to stand 20 feet away when you spray
No,
that, 'cause
you
otherwise
spray-
we're all getting.
Yeah,
getting
that's
it in our
fine.
eyes.
You need to tell us those things. We can't read your mind about your personal things or whatever. So let's move. Let's keep moving, but we'll put the lantern like right in the middle and stay close. Don't get out of the radius of the light. Yeah.
I will say, just for fun, if you do use your flashlights, they still work fine. You can point them at things and whatnot, but you do have a lantern either way. I have noted that.
I think we should like
as
save the
mentioned-
lantern for when we need it.
Good call.
There you go. Because I mentioned for Gavin, God, I'm awful with names, so I apologize if I'm pausing in between. For Gavin, when you got that map, I mentioned there's a campsite, there's also a lake or pond possibly nearby. That's much further, way further down the path than where the campgrounds is. Campgrounds kind of overlooks it, is the best way to put it. So my question for the group is, which direction do you go in? Do you go
Campsite
towards
is
the
next.
water
We
or
go to campsite. I think.
Go to campsite. As I mentioned, at this point, it's without light, it's pitch black. It is full on nighttime, and it's one of those weird things too, where you're looking around and it's kind of like, how did it get dark so quickly? It's one of those ones where it's like, depending on like, it technically is February for this, so technically the light would be going away quicker. But also, it's always that thing, like even in real life, that time of year, it's incredible how quickly the light just fades. But then also you look up and it's kind of like all you see is just blinding canopy because it's just the trees everywhere. Whether they have foliage on them or not, doesn't matter. You still look up and you just see tall trees kind of letting the sky pop in here and there. When you do get to the campground or what's specified as a campground on the map, probably look at the map, then you look up, and then with the others, when you have your lights out, you just kind of have a weird image, which is this flat area. It's all muddy, almost as if water had been recently there or not, but it's just very muddy. You see a tent, like this, what looks like a red tent based off the lighting. The flap of it is completely open. There's no one there. You see a couple bit of supplies that is just strewn about, but that's it. And the thing that definitely throws you off is you do see that there is kind of like maybe what looked like a campfire that was there. It looks recently lit or put out.
How recently? Like still smoldering?
Touch it.
Still smoldering a tiny bit. You see ever so faint little spit of smoke like trickling from the center.
If I like touch the wood, is it pretty hot? Then
It would be hot, yeah. You would not burn your hand, but you would get enough of like a good realization of this was recently put out or recently been
And you said the
used.
ground all around is like muddy.
Ground is muddy. Yeah, but the fire pit's above it a little bit, so you don't have to worry about that. But
Okay.
like the ground around it feels like a rain had just come in, which is odd because it hasn't been raining at all or anything. And obviously, I know it's February. There's no snow on the ground either. It's still it's dry.
We also do like a time travel shop. Did we do one after all? Was that shop a time travel shop?
Was it a time travel shop? Don't worry, it's still 5784.
Home improvement.
Can I?
Yes, I did. And I turned into two.
Yes.
May I do a vibe check? AKA, can I do my sense the
Yeah,
unnatural?
do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, same roll.
Wit plus occult. Occult plus my wit. And then I guess +2 for the.
Yeah, +2.
I'll do just roll desperation dice. I think that'll give me the extras.
Woo!
Oh dang, 7.
It's
Oh, you're
Seven.
good on that.
Turned up.
Oh, I love when a crit happens. Crits are fun because then it's double that. It's great. So 7. You have a moment where you just perfectly tune everyone and everything out, and whatever that looks like for Journey, that's what happens. You just have that moment where everyone's kind of not. You're not paying attention to everyone. You just perfectly tune them out. And what you do is you kind of either you close your eyes, you open them, whatever you decide to do. You do look at the tent, and you get that faint feeling that something that was not right with this area, but you can sense it going away from the campgrounds.
She'll indicate that. She'll have her eyes closed and just kind of humming to herself like, "Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. You put some bacon and you," and then points off in the direction and goes, "That way."
When you say that way, almost like a weird cue, you all hear this extremely loud noise, almost like either as if a tree fell in the woods, or I'm not going to do this on stream because I will destroy my vocal cords, as if an extremely loud sort of shrill or growl just pierces the night, and then it goes dead quiet.
Hell
That's
yeah.
impressive, Journey.
Apparently, whatever that was did not like being outed. Was that bad of me to
Usually
do?
don't, or other things usually don't. Yeah.
Yes. Was that wrong of me to do?
Yeah, you never out a person or monster without their permission. Okay.
So, like, we're going that way, right, then? Is that by the
Yes,
lake?
we are.
It looks like
Is
it's
that
in
the
that
direction?
direction, yeah. Yep. It sounds like it, yeah.
Convenient. Anything else at the campsite in terms of like, have we looked at the tents that we haven't looked in yet? And stuff?
You have not looked in the tent. If you want to do that, by all means,
Alright.
it's once again. I will allow either wits or intelligence plus investigation.
Let's see. He's. I'm going to.
And
do that,
for
but
you
also-
specifically too, you're technically, if you're being inquisitive with it, you can add desperation dice if you so choose.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
that one.
I am inquisitive also, so I will add one to my
Yeah.
attempt.
Because it's leaning into your creed of just wanting to know more things.
One success.
1.
And to
Let's see
me,
what we got.
Oh my.
4 successes.
Four. For Journey, it's nothing's really clicking. Like you just look, it's like it's a 10. What's like you're still more focused on that, like your
The aura.
scene basically. Yeah, which is funny. I just used a term that's for VTM and not Hunter. Since
What a
it's-
weird
you're still- like, you have
aura.
that aura. Yeah, you're just
Can't
dealing
wait
with
to see
that
Journey
because
in a
it's
vampire game.
I mean, oh my god, yes, please. that'd be
She's-
incredible.
if this happens, she's joining the vampires. I hope you know this.
Oh yeah. No, I figured she would be one of them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she would be wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Perfect Valley girl. I love that. For Gavin, check the tent.
No thanks.
It's just weird because you see there's 2 sleeping bags.
Mhm.
There's like what looks like a lantern, and you probably try to turn it on, doesn't turn on. It's just dead. It's just completely out. And then you check the exterior because you're being as thorough as possible. And you do see the faintest of imprints because, again, I said the ground's very muddy. There are footprints leading down the path towards the lake.
Yeah. I
What's
think you just-
strange is the camp supplies that's also next to the tent. They look like they've never been touched.
Yeah. That checks. He emerges from the tent, and he says, "Okay, the couple set up camp, started, putting stuff away, and then they realized that their phone batteries are dying at a crazy rate, and so they go back to the car to charge them, and then before they make it back here, something happens. Does that make sense?
Would we see more markings if something's happened along the way between those 2 points?
Oh,
Not
I need some
necessarily.
fucking drink. My
mean-
voice is going with the voice.
Yeah,
Please do.
I
if
just
it's
hear
something-
the grasp going away. Sorry,
See,
keep
this
going.
is why you go for like
grasp
a.
in the back.
This is why you go for like
I
a
got it.
really
I just got a
easy.
drink.
This is why you go for like a really easy valley girl.
Hell no.
This is just
It's
my voice.
soothing.
Yeah.
It's
Man.
This
soothing.
is when you
Sam
drink a lot of tea with. This is when you drink a lot of tea with honey.
Mhm. He says,
What? Sorry,
if
keep
it's
going,
like a
though.
tangible, some things, vamps, werewolves, sorcerers, like some things are made of flesh and bone,
That's fair, but
and we'll leave signs. Some things aren't, and I think they were dealing with something, I don't know, shadowy or ephemeral.
Honestly, I think that's
Sweet.
exciting.
Do we
I
see
bet you-
track GM going back to the cars? Because if the logic here is that they went from the cars to here, noticed their
Yeah.
phones were dying.
Well,
pulled
so
back
those tracks
back.
lead to the lake, so that could be them. It could be the other people.
No
These are like
tracks
human
go back.
tracks.
This
the
might
car.
be too smart for Ash, so feel
No,
free
you're
to
good. No
Yeah,
tracks
yeah.
go back to the car.
That's what I
We're
thought.
just,
None that you
we're just
see.
overthinking this, but we're like, well,
Because
okay,
there's no
we're
tracks
eventually
that lead
gonna
back
know.
up.
But they went further in, right? Why would they go down toward the lake?
I will say, as you're having this moment, you once again hear the same noise you just heard, and it pierces this night in a
Jesus
very
fuck.
There's the answer.
non-friendly way.
I mean, I would move away from that, wouldn't you, if you weren't a monster hunter?
Not to
Maybe you're
mention
inquisitive.
all the weird things that are happening. They could have just gotten turned around thinking they were going back to their car.
True. Well, deeper in we go.
As you all follow, who's leading, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Ash.
You are?
I
Okay,
put
so
points
pick-
to
okay.
leadership just for this.
And I'm in the middle because I don't
Yeah.
know how to use a gun.
Can I resolve? can I get people's resolves up? I don't know. I'm just doing an inspirational speech, just like
We are killers.
Yeah, you do that.
Inspire
We will
us.
do it.
You're having that. You're saying that out loud as you're walking. You notice as you
we're gonna get a
walk, your
creatine
light.
shake.
I want
No
a
dice
charisma
needed to do
leadership
inspiration roll.
for Ash.
No, I'm actually. You know what? Fine. Roll charisma plus leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to
doing it.
justify
I'm just,
use
we'll
of
do
this
this for
skill.
flavor. This is for flavor more than anything. It's
Yeah.
damn
4 successes,
four.
and we all solve
You're,
it.
you know what? You're all genuinely shocked at how good of a speech they're giving, because Ash is usually not the one you go to for this.
Oh my god, Ash, you sound just like our leader did. Like he was so good at being motivating.
I got you.
And Mel, you
Sounds
100%
like
do
a
that.
compliment.
together.
I can't believe I have to deal with this shit.
He
as
once
this is going
talked.
on-
He once talked a follower into chopping off his own pinky. Like that's how inspirational he was. Like right now, I would be almost tempted to do the same for you.
I'm just gonna give a wink and keep going.
As this happens, this is where I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna spend a villain point.
Oh no. Never mind. guys, it's
Your
great playing with you.
flashlights your flashlights in the middle of all this start going on the fits, like on the rid, like just, and one of them, whoever, you two, four of you can decide whose, one of the lights just goes completely out. And what's weird about it is it's one of those things where the flashlight itself, you can feel gets really, really heated and you have to let go of it and you realize it's weirdly smoking at the end of it.
Lantern. I think it's mine. He drops it.
I turn on the lantern.
Lantern.
I light the lantern and pass it over to him.
Yep. You do that. Keep walking forward. Another flashlight just does the same thing. Whoever's flashlight, that's the one that happens. You can tell me.
Anything electronic you might want to turn off.
Yeah, you look at your phones. The screen, it's not broken, but it's just one of those, you try turning it on and it just doesn't do anything. Like, you can tell it's still on, or it maybe is, but it just, you're not able to do anything with your phone. And then you keep walking down this path, and the thing that becomes more and more obvious is, yes, you do have light, but everything around you is just pitch black. Like, it's that perfect sort of like, it's weird describing it this way because the woods would freaking terrify me in this situation. You don't see anything unless the light is touching it, and if it's not, you don't see farther than maybe 5 or 10 feet in front of you at most, even with the flashlights. It's like the exterior of the woods is fighting itself to be lit up.
Maybe we should just light fires.
What makes? Yeah, I mean, you could if you want. We can make that happen, but then obviously there's a lot of consequences with that.
Let's make that our fail safe, or our fail dangerous.
You keep moving in, and this is where I'm gonna have all of you roll wits and awareness, and I want to make it not too difficult of a roll, but roll wits and awareness, and I'll tell you, depending on what you guys get, what each of you. God, so much dice just jumped on my screen. I love that. Because everyone's roll at once. That was amazing.
That's
okay,
3 from
Ash, Mal. Yep, that's a good roll. Mal and Ash, you're just kind of taking in, like, it's way too pitch black for this. Like, what the hell's going on? Gavin and Journey, not really sure what the hell's causing this. You look off in the distance. This is the only way I can describe this, so if this makes sense, I'll try my best. This giallo red lighting peeping through some of the trees, maybe 100 feet ahead of you. And what I mean by that is, like, take the most saturated red you can think of, and it's like that. It is the most intense red you've ever seen, but it's like lighting a certain part of the woods. And it makes no sense, because you're like, what the hell's causing the light to be that intense?
We both see it, and
you two see it. Ash and Mal don't, because you two are just very much focusing more on, like, it's very pitch black.
We're probably both on the edge of the group, and thus trying to keep shit.
Ash.
Yeah.
Ash, take your headphones out.
Well, oh, sorry.
Dude, that's like really weird.
I got really hyped to do this
redness.
speech, so like I just wanted to like make sure I was amped.
I get you, but no. Okay, look.
What? What do I say?
Over there. And he points at the red.
You see,
Scary.
yeah, when you point it out, that's when you see it, that extremely intense red lighting about 100 feet or so away.
Can I try
That's
to
it, right?
Yeah, you can try.
You gotta admit,
Roll,
it's kind of.
Intelligence plus occult.
Gavin is also.
Ooh, can I?
Joke
Does this
point in
remind him
this.
of intelligence?
Could I make that same roll, please?
Can we all?
Everybody.
I'll say you can make it. Yeah, you
Hey,
can make
2
it.
successes. The joke was worth it.
Question: do I get the desperation dice for curiosity or inquisitive?
I will allow it.
Nice.
Go ahead. It's a 4. Oh god, so much dice
Nice.
just popped on.
That was
Ooh, it's
weak.
5 for Gavin and the.
Awful
and the
overreach. Oh
no,
no.
you're good.
I only got 1. So
Oh, actually, Journey. Okay, so we'll do this way because I like to do it one at a time. Ash, nothing comes to mind. You're just kind of staring at, like, the
It's a red light.
Anything,
most.
Ash?
There's no way to say this without saying it in your voice. Like, what the hell's that?
What the hell is that?
Again, in my head, I keep hearing it as Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, and I'm sorry.
Swear to me.
For Journey,
Batman.
know what? This is the perfect way to do it for Journey. Journey, the flashlight, the big one you had, yours immediately turns off and won't turn on. It's completely out. You try multiple times to turn it back on. You even pop the batteries out. Batteries don't show any weird sign of problems. Put it back in. Light just doesn't turn on anymore. It's completely out.
I'll put it down and pick up the crank light instead.
Yeah,
The third one?
and I'm gonna say for the crank light, it's not that bright. It's very low light for now. You
Better
gotta
than
crank
nothing.
that for a little bit. Yeah. For Gavin and Mal,
That's the
you
trap,
get-
isn't
I'm
it?
gonna say you move closer. You move closer. It gets more and more visible in front of you because the light gets more intense. And I'm gonna say the two of you probably get more closer than Ash and Journey, Brain. And you eventually turn a corner and you look in, and what you see is like, think of like an effigy almost, like a type of like thing that had been erected. I will have you roll willpower right now before I describe further. So please, both of you roll willpower. You need at least 2 successes for this. So I don't want to explain things unless I see what you get first. Because
Ooh,
That's
I'm
3
gonna spend a hero
successes.
point to reroll that.
you two are good. Oh, only 1. So you got 1. So Gavin got 1.
I'm gonna
now
spend.
you're fine.
I'm gonna spend a hero point.
Okay, go ahead. I'll allow it.
Because this is Gavin's shit. Like he's like, yeah. Oh, that's more like it. That's 4
Yeah.
successes.
Which is funny because if you didn't have hero points, willpower is something you can never reroll. It's always permanent.
oh,
so you're
well,
lucky.
thanks, Lost Caravan. And
Thanks,
Thanks, Lost
much.
Caravan. You broke the game, and I
for
appreciate
helping
that.
the
'cause you
kids
broke
and
content.
us.
Guys are
I'm gonna go off
savior.
of Gavin because Mal comes across as just not being phased by anything. At least anything like stuff can just
Took
be
3 in
like, "Oh, I can
composure
take
for a
it."
reason.
Yeah, exactly. Gavin, you're the one where you turn that corner like Mal does, and for the briefest of seconds, your chest tightens until you're like able to keep it together. You see an effigy, as I mentioned. It looks like it's just a bunch of branches and vines strapped together. The thing you notice, though, is the following. In the center of it is what looks like a graphic body horror. There looks like a person that has had vines and branches sprouting out of them from all corners. It's almost as if someone had tried to open their mouth to scream and they can't because they have literally.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just like there's a branch coming out of their mouth, there's a leaf. And then you look down where you're trying your best to not like let out a noise because that's just
Try
a
to keep it
visual sign of
together.
just like. Yeah. And what you see is at the base of that, kneeling down, are 3 figures. And what's bizarre about them is the red light hits them, and you see what looks like wisps of shadow just coming off their body.
Do I see
You
a
also see
source
from
for
behind,
that?
one of them has what looks like weirdly antlers popping out of their head, but it doesn't look like that's natural. It's like there's a mask on their face, maybe.
Do I see a source for this red light?
You see that there are 2 torches planted onto 2 stumps nearby, like pretty high up, and they're just emitting this bizarre red, almost, I guess the best way to describe it is almost like a red phosphorescent lighting. It's probably the best way to describe it.
And nobody's
I just wanted to
moving.
use 70s horror terms.
Yeah. And nobody there is moving. Like none of them are.
They are all standing there as if they're like bowing down to it or praying to it.
I like get Mal's attention silently, and like look at them and say, and just like count them out.
You move
And
forward.
look back at the other 2 and be like, yeah, hell yes.
Yeah, for the other 2.
I want to know if these people are all dead or what.
I will
Journey
say for the
upon
other 2, when you
Journey upon seeing the effigy in the tree is like, oh my god, it's like that game Deadly Premonition.
You have the weirdest references.
I don't know that one.
I got that reference and I
Yeah, I got you.
The third eye
But
only
it's Twin
allowed
Peaks
very
also.
specific. Listen, the third eye only allowed very specific things for us to be able to consume as media. Okay, and one of them had to be trippy as hell. So Deadly Premonition.
Question for you: when you're talking, are you talking like at a normal tone?
'Cause I did
or a
do
whispered
this.
tone?
Low. She is
Okay,
actually
I
talking
will
low. I
be-
can't
okay.
whisper.
For the other two, as mentioned, you do see now what Gavin sees. Mal, you obviously already see that, but Ash and Journey, you see it as well. And as you said, Gavin, you go closer.
Yes, not solo. Like he's like hoping that like
Oh yeah.
the gun people will also come.
I'll back you up.
Okay.
I'm going
gun
to.
person.
I'm going to circle around, if possible.
Make. This is a fun.
I have
roll.
no
Make
stealth, so it
dexterity
should be
plus.
funny.
Actually, yeah. Make dexterity plus stealth.
Okay,
And
so
if you're
it's
trying
gonna
to
be
be
straight
quiet about
dexterity.
it, all of you could. If you're going to be quiet about approaching, dexterity plus stealth.
Okay, it's gonna be just dexterity. I've got no stealth.
And I want you need at least 4 successes just to be.
Oh, that's not happening. I only have 2 dice, so it's not happening.
I still say roll it because there's always the chance you can get 2 10s. You never know.
All right, we'll see.
Can you add willpower dice?
Yeah, if you can keep, you want to keep re-rolling, you
Failure.
can. You can re-roll it. You can use a hero
No,
point if you
no,
want.
I'll accept what. I'll be decoy then if this is the case. I mean, there's clever distraction.
The
Picture
others, if
Journey
you want
like
to make that
creeping
roll,
like a
you may.
cartoon character. Big steps.
Actually, no.
You know,
I'm gonna say because the Journey did not succeed on that roll, don't roll stealth, as I just said. Journey, you're about to be like, I got this, basically, and you step on the loudest goddamn tree branch possible, and it's
I
not
would
just like, oh, it's a crack. It's like it reverberates throughout the space.
Listen,
around you.
I would like you to know that those boots that she's wearing in her drawing are canon. So she is wearing slightly heeled boots in the forest.
And it's only just now that they've now become very prominently heard and known.
No, she's been noisy this whole time. It's just now it's when it's actually.
but it's only been up
Yeah.
until now that it's more like, fuck, I wish they weren't that loud. You, again, it's like that noise reverberates, and that's when for Gavin, because you probably hear that, turn your head, and then turn back. The 3 that were looked like kneeling, praying, whatever, one of them stands up, does a very slow turnaround, and you can see it from the light. Whatever mask is on their face, it's like a deer mask with antlers on it. They're wearing some form of what looks like a green or black trench coaty thing, or like raincoat, but like, again, when you look at them, because you're looking at them very keenly right now, it's like wisps of shadow just come off them, and then the other 2 slowly in unison get up at the same time, turn at the same time, look in the direction the 4 of you are in, and the one in the center raises his hand and lets out an extremely loud shrill that pierces the night, and they start walking towards the 4 of you. So what do you do?
Permission to shoot?
Yep, gotta
It's
shoot.
Yeah, if you want to shoot.
If I have a second,
that's
like
free
tell
action.
them before we like shoot at people. Shoot
We
the
are going to
torches.
shoot you.
Shoot the
Shoot the
torches.
Shoot the torches.
Shoot at the torches.
Shoot the
I'm
torches.
gonna. I
Okay.
mean, if you say that, Gavin's gonna say, "You shoot. You shoot at them. I'll deal with the torches."
Deal. I can't aim.
I
Okay.
just start shooting.
What we'll do is, who's shooting at the torches? It's Gavin.
Gavin's gonna. He doesn't have a gun, so Gavin is.
Oh, yeah,
gonna
you don't
try
have a
to
gun, so never
douse
mind.
the torches some other way.
They're pretty
and
high
okay.
up.
in that
They're high
case,
up though.
Or are
would
they
happen-
high up? I thought they were just tall.
They're like hanging on. They're like just on the sides of 2 trees nearby,
Oh,
just
never
emitting
mind.
that light.
No, I was gonna say in that case, because I am kitted out. Mal
Yeah, you are. You're
would,
decked out.
yeah, Mal would just toss the like the shotgun over to Gavin.
I hold it like
Yeah,
this.
if you have a shotgun now.
Mal, if you want to get like, basically, Journey will indicate with her hand of like, if you want to get that one, I'll get that one.
Okay.
Yeah, they just like
When the 3 figures approach, they have no guns on them. You see one has a fireman's axe. The other 2 have nothing, just their fists.
Ooh. Gavin tries to remember how to use a gun and doesn't give a shit that they're not armed and opens fire on one of them.
What you will
And
roll,
shoot.
because it's my favorite kind of roll, because you have to
Yes.
think about it and it makes sense, is composure plus firearms.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yep. And then
Just to add my
I will say I have a difficulty on my end that I'm
Okay.
going to say is to hit them is a 2. You need to get above a 2. And the way this game works and how combat works, because it's very quick, combat is usually we go by the three rounds and out rule, which is within 3 rounds of combat, if the situation's not resolved, we're going to resolve
Yeah.
it no matter what. So
Right on.
for this, the way it'll work is you're going to roll the amount of successes you get that are above 2 is how much damage you do. But also, if you're using a shotgun, that also
It's
adds a number
buckshot.
to it. So yeah,
It's
if it's a
buckshot,
shotgun,
though.
basically, you could take them out in
So,
one shot because it's
Is
plus
this a
4 to
difficulty
roll.
of 2?
Difficulty
we
of
call
2.
it? Okay.
Yep,
And it would be
difficulty of
plus
2.
All right.
3.
I'm
I'm
not
rolling
gonna
2
roll on this.
die. So
Okay. 2 die.
all from resolution.
Yeah!
I'm
Oh.
gonna spend a willpower to reroll that blank one.
Yeah, roll that one.
Because I
See
need
what
one
happens.
more
That's how it
success,
was.
right?
Yeah, just one more.
Okay. All right. I'll just reroll. I'll just roll a d10. And enter button.
There we
Bye,
lost
Nate.
Nate.
It was
We won!
The shot was so
No,
good.
I hear you.
We killed the
Wait.
GM. It's
Can you
a
see me?
no.
No, we can hear you. Your camera's gone though.
That's weird.
Yeah. We took
That's
you
fine.
I
out.
did roll a 7. So
God,
I
is that-
have the 2 successes.
That's weird. It says I'm on. You can
Maybe,
still hear
maybe
me.
refresh the video page.
I'm gonna refresh this and see what happens.
Cool.
So give me just 1 second.
While you do that, I'll describe how cool it is to see Gavin shooting
Yeah.
a gun.
Hell yeah, bro.
Which is that he holds it up and he doesn't know, like, he was involved in some shady stuff, but he was never the trigger man. And so he doesn't know, like, how guns work. So,
There we
like,
go.
doesn't even know the
Nice.
basics of, like, holding it against your shoulder and stuff like that and widening your stance. So he's
Well,
just
actually,
like,
you know what? Now that actually,
There
I was
you
for this
are.
actually, because now I'm rethinking it. There, you can see me. I had to rethink it because I had to
Yay.
read the rules for a second. You do need to re-roll that because 1 is still gonna miss. The number on the shotgun won't go into effect unless it's a success.
Wait,
Nate,
Nate,
you
you
need
need
to
a.
yourself on
You-
video,
you-
Ninja.
Thank you. For Doc, sorry. The one
Yes.
success, because I was reading the rules quickly as I had that moment of panic with my tech failing on me, which is
You're good,
always
you're
fun. I would still say re-roll that because even with 1 success, that's actually not enough. You do need to hit the difficulty in order for that shotgun plus
oh, but I
4 to
re-rolled
kick
it.
too.
That was a re-roll, wasn't it? So-
Yeah.
Oh, you did get 1. Oh, I didn't see that. So yeah. So
yeah, I re-rolled the
basically what
blank. I
happened.
re-rolled the failure and spent.
Yeah.
And,
Okay,
took
good.
willpower.
Sorry. Tech is weird. I don't know what happened. Yay, internet.
Okay.
Gotta love it. When you take that shot, you have this moment where you're
Mm.
kind of shocked. You hit the person on the right. It immediately, they disappear from view. They're gone.
And I think Gavin hits the floor. Like, the gun knocks him down.
Yeah. And what's weird though is once you hit them and they're gone, takes a second, they reappear, and they're now still marching towards you.
They're cheating. They're cheating.
Torches.
They're cheating.
Torches.
I would like to shoot one of the torches.
Composure plus firearms.
Okay.
Difficulty of 3.
And-
I still have no
Composure?
idea what happened with my tech, but that's always fun when that happens in a horror game.
It's the game bleed. You know, it's really strong.
It is.
I'm gonna
Two.
roll a willpower.
Okay, do that.
Alright, it's 1 die, I suppose.
You can re-roll all 3 of those fails.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't need that.
reroll
You
all
don't have
3.
to,
So
you
you
just
can...
I got it.
Got it. You got it. You aim your shot. Is it with your shotgun or pistol? Sorry.
It's a
I
shotgun.
missed that.
I guess for that,
Oh, yeah,
it'd be a
shotgun.
pistol, I suppose. Far
It's up to
away,
you.
so.
I just want to specify. Yeah. You take that.
I'll use my
bullet
shotgun
and-
then. It's pretty. Care Bear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cute. It's awesome. It's Care Bear. I love that. That's going to be my favorite thing from tonight. You perfectly hit the one on the right, and the light just unnaturally explodes, and then all you have is that one light on the left side that's still lighting it up. What's weird about it, though, is even though you hit the light, it's as if the light never went out on the right side. It's still lit the same.
Huh. Okay.
Shooting that.
So
I'll
that
shoot.
totally didn't work.
Maybe they both need to be out.
Maybe water. Maybe, and I'm also like looking up at the person who's like basically mounted up, like hanging there.
Yeah.
As an effigy. I think like maybe the effigy.
Maybe.
Well, you know what you're supposed to do to effigies, right?
Shoot him.
FMG.
Burn them?
FMG.
Oh, sorry. No, Journey says worship them. Worship them.
Can I shoot?
You
the
had it right the
effigy?
first time.
You know.
Yes, you want to shoot the effigy? Sure.
Why
How
not?
about? The way we're gonna do this, by the way, Gavin and Journey, you have had a turn because I'm keeping this in some sort of turn order. That said, there's no real initiative on this because it's just the game is weird like that. Go ahead, Ash.
Okay.
You want to shoot the
Firearms
effigy? What are you
plus
shooting it with?
My pistol.
Okay. Yep.
Because
Composure
they're
plus
not
firearms.
close enough for me to like hit them with my fists.
Composure plus
Ooh,
firearms. Let's see what
3
you get.
successes.
3. Holy crap.
Where do you aim? And for
Knock it
description,
down?
actually, this will help. Description wise, you do see. Again, I apologize if this is a little much, but body
Oh
part.
no, I love a little
you
much.
see- You see a body. Again, there's just branches and leaves kind of sprouting from without, and it's the point too where it's like out of the stomach. There's branches sprouting out. You can see their legs, but things are getting bundled up with vines and whatnot here and there. Their mouth is wide open as they have nothing coming out of the mouth. I'm gonna be nice about that, but their mouth is just wide open as if someone was maybe caught mid-scream and silenced.
I'm gonna destroy
I will
it.
say for you,
Yes. No.
yeah, and I will.
Sorry. Go ahead.
And I will say the thing that you find most interesting is they have on what looks like a motorcycle jacket.
Oh, that's Jesse.
I don't want to ruin that. I'm gonna go for the head, and just see if I can blow it
Okay.
up.
Your shot goes straight through the temple. Nothing happens.
Well, I tried.
Shit. Okay. Has everybody had a turn?
You still have another
Mal.
light you can hit too, by the way.
Mal's got to
Mal
go.
hasn't- Yep.
About how far above the ground is our tree person?
They are about 5 feet off the ground.
And there's still the 3 people in the way.
Yep.
Get the other fucking torch, and Mal would try to because I am just going to try and burn this tree down. But first, I am going to take the baseball bat and just try and get some of these people out of the way.
Okay. I will let you, if you want, take a swing, and then I'm gonna roll something as well, just to see if they can get out of the way.
Dodge, motherfucker.
So-
Dodge.
Oh wait, so are you using your baseball bat or a gun?
Baseball bat. Gavin has the gun.
FMG.
Oh, okay, so for your roll, it will be you can choose strength or dex, whichever one you feel like, plus
Mhm.
melee.
Melee and not brawl?
Brawl is fists. Melee is specifically items that you're using to hit.
You
with.
know what? In that case, I would just punch them because I do have the brass knuckles on.
By all means, do that.
Roll them fisticuffs.
I need that extra dice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yay!
4.
Plus
That's cool,
one
'cause I
with
only
the knuckle dusters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, actually, funny enough, I rolled 1 success, and that's not enough. Because you had +1. You punch this thing, and it just Did you punch the one on the right or the one on the left?
I just punched the first one I can.
It's gonna
Probably
be
the one
on
with the
right, 'cause I
axe.
think that's more. Oh, the one with the axe. That's even better. They try to take a swing. They're like ready to just hit you.
Mhm.
You just punch as hard as you can, and they immediately are out of the picture. They just
Does the
disappear.
axe drop or does it go with them?
The axe disappears with them,
Okay.
but they're not there anymore.
That's
It's
got the
very
fine.
return.
weird.
It's got the returning feature. Boomerang, you do come back.
And technically, I'm going to say, because they haven't gone yet, the one with the axe is out of the picture. The one who got shot, who looks like they're still moving forward even though they disappeared, they go up to the one who shot them, which I cannot remember off the top of my head if that
Gavin.
was Spock or
That
Journey.
was this guy.
Gavin. Yeah, it was Gavin. Thank you.
Mr. Gavin.
They go to try and grab you. So if you want to
No.
roll athletics plus dex for me, that'd be great.
Oh, sure.
boy.
So just Dex then. Okay.
And then
Can I
I'm gonna
say that I
roll-
assist because I gave them the gun and they could use the gun to battle
I will
away?
say you can add a +1.
I get one
know
more.
what?
The shotgun.
You know what? I'm gonna say no. No assist on this.
Boo. I tried.
Can I say that this uses my calling of being inquisitive because I want to know what happens if I don't die?
I
but
will
keep
allow
living?
I will allow that because you're fascinated that this thing disappeared. You're fascinated because this thing disappeared and it reappeared. You're like,
What a
the hell
fun
is this
mystery! I'm
about?
going to add a desperation time.
I'm gonna die possibly. But this is fascinating.
I wonder what it's like after you die.
You know what?
Oh
I
shit!
didn't
That
get-
is 2 successes and one on the desperation time.
Okay. That's fine. It's a success. You're fine. I got nothing, so I'm spending a villain point on myself, so I can reroll that. I don't want
Swinging
no
he's
successes.
swinging
That's dumb.
Shotgun like a bat.
Oh shit. Okay. You got 2. I got 4.
Oh, no.
I re-rolled mine too as a villain point, so keep that in mind.
Mhm,
Whoever's keeping
mhm.
tab of that. You do that. You're like, no. Basically, it's don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Right.
They grab you and then fling you next to the nearest tree, and you're shocked because they literally lift you up and just throw you, and you hit the tree that's right behind you. You take.
Ouchie.
You take 2 points of health off.
Okay.
And this is, yeah. So your health is, what is your health at? Just out of
My
curiosity.
total is 6, so I've lost.
Oh, that's not bad. So, but yeah, now you're down to 4 out
pretty
of 6.
Mhm.
That's not bad. As for the one that's on the left side that has not been hit yet, they go next for Mal, and they try to do the same thing. They try to grab you, so roll Dex plus Athletics. And I will do the same roll again.
You can do it, Mal. I believe in you.
I got 2. Let me know what you get.
I also got 2.
It goes to the defender on this. So you see that they're about to grab you. You see what happened to Gavin. You immediately are like, nope, duck out of the way.
Bad touch.
That we're back at the top. Yeah, no, no touchy, no touchy. Now we go back to the. I can't run horror without being funny. I'm sorry, everyone. We go back to the top. Basically,
Very different.
whoever is in close proximity. So technically, the way this works for combat is whoever's engaged with someone combat-wise goes first. So technically, that's Mal, and then for the others, it's whoever decides to go after that. It kind of resets like that every round. Whoever's the most engaged
Punch.
or physically at the front. Yeah. If you want to punch, do it. Roll for that punch.
Falcon punch.
I will. And I'm not going to roll athletics on them because I'm just going to go off if they have a difficulty of 2 to hit.
I'm gonna re-roll that with willpower.
Yeah, do it. Because it's 2. Oh, actually, wait, it's 2. I said to the
Plus
defender,
1.
but I'll be nice. +1. You hit them. They try to grab you. They miss, and in the process of missing you, you probably have that one where you find an opening and just right in the face. The mask flies off that they're wearing. They just had a regular, I don't know how to describe it, just kind of like a white mask. Like, oh god, actually I have to go with this. If anyone's ever heard of Sleep No More, think of those masks. It's like plague doctory. It's very blank face. It's kind of unsettling. The mask flies off. Underneath, you just see shadow and like covering their face. But the face that you see is one of the couple that was in the SUV. And they just give you this horrible look of something that just wants to grab you, throw you, and not let you basically be able to stand anymore.
Come at me, Ken.
Next would be whoever says go next.
You guys want me to shoot?
No, I'd like to go next if I can.
Okay.
Because Gavin is like, "Ugh," and he sort of stands up and decides that maybe my strengths do not lie in guns. And so what I'd like to do is surveying the scene, knowing what I know about the occult, and looking over this effigy. Do I see like, first of all, can I think of like, okay, this is where like the power is, or in other words, where's the big glowing button to shoot at? Because it's its weak point. So like, that's I'm trying to like understand and then pass that knowledge on to
No, I
other
get
people
that.
who can shoot.
I'm gonna say, in that case, because the way you described that was awesome, and I just don't worry about rolling on it. Yeah, it's
Shoot
clearly
here.
something with the effigy. It's something with the effigy, but shooting it clearly didn't stop it.
Right. We've got to burn that effigy, I think, is what he thinks. So he's like, we got to take that effigy down, set it on fire or something.
You also
And that's
give
basically
me a
my
wits
turn.
plus. You know what, Gavin? Give me a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay.
I have a weird thing I want to do if you succeed on this. I want to do
Oh,
something
please
strange.
do all the weird things you want with me.
I love weird things. I haven't been
I am
weird
a weird
enough,
thing,
so
so
I'm
I
gonna be
appreciate
weirder.
that.
I mean, Sam.
And it is 2 successes out of 4.
The lighting's not the best, but you still pick up on it. By the feet of the effigy, you just see it blank. You just see a piece of paper on the ground.
Oh,
It's like a perfectly flat piece of paper. And that's all I'll say. Ash
Paper.
or Journey?
Do you want to go first, James, or?
Hell yeah. Alright. They're finally close enough.
I will go right into melee with whoever is the closest. Because this is the one thing I'm
going
good
to
at.
say the one that's basically having a fist fight with Mal.
Hell yeah. Support, brother. Pah.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Hell, you could have suplex him to death.
Alright, so I'm gonna guess brawl plus strength.
Yep. Strength plus brawl.
Alright, 7 die. We can't go wrong with this.
You'd be
You can't
shocked.
go wrong.
5
you didn't-
successes.
5. God damn. Hell yeah.
I'm so tempted to spend
You-
willpower.
how do you
to
punch it?
get even more.
Describe how you punch it, just for curiosity's sake.
I think as Mal finishes their punch, it's literally just like a full tackle into the ground and then just 2 right across the fucking chin.
You do that, and when the second one hits, it goes through the person, and they completely are gone out of the scene. They disappear.
I did it. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say I think we still have one standing because my brain broke halfway. So for Journey, you have that
Yeah.
one. You have one left standing.
One that threw
It was
me,
the
I
first
think,
one
is the
shot at. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna ignore that. I think the paper's more important, so I'm gonna scramble for that paper.
Dex plus athletics.
So just Dex.
Yep, just Dex.
Just Dex. 1 success.
You know what?
it is a 10.
You know what? I'll say in the moment, because that thing is technically focused on someone else coming after it. You do find an opportunity to just be like, go run down there. And basically, you're going after the paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll willpower for me?
I can
Well, I
try.
just think I should join another cult.
I mean, that's always a great option.
One
I
success.
need at least. I love this so much.
Hero point.
I'm so happy. Okay.
Do you guys want me to use the hero point for this?
Yes.
Or- Okay, I will
Well,
re-roll
I mean,
with
I
the hero
guess if
point.
you want. No strong feelings.
I will allow it for the willpower roll. 2.
Two
That's better.
successes.
One would have been bad. You, in the chaos of the moment, you're just like, screw that. There's a piece of paper. What the hell's that about? You book it. You get immediately there. You pick the paper up, but what you do too is you take a second to look up at the effigy, and again, you're getting all that gory detail visually right front and center. And what's strange is you pick the paper up, you stand back up, you look at this effigy, and you are so certain those eyes are looking at you. And you just see like a stray tear go down the face out of nowhere. And then probably, just have that weird moment where you just see that and you probably shake your head and there's no stray tear there. Their eyes aren't looking at you.
Cool. What's the paper?
I will get back to the paper in a second.
Okay.
Gavin, you haven't gone yet, correct?
Yeah.
Gavin,
No,
you didn't.
we all did it. I was.
Type check.
Oh, you all did,
last.
yeah. I will say I'm gonna do one roll for them because now
I
the
was
person
the
who got
last
shot.
unicorn.
I'm gonna say yeah, the last literally is the last unicorn. They are trying to again go after you, Gavin, and grab you as you've hit that tree, basically.
Now I'm further away now because they.
Yeah,
threw
can
me, right?
we?
Oh yeah,
of
so you know what? I will be. Let me see then if they can get closer. Oh no, I failed that horribly. No, they're still
use
just
the
slowly
boss.
trudging along. So I will say because they're still actually I do have villain stuff, but I don't want to do that because I want to save some for other people. They are still moving towards you. They're not close enough. So if you want to take a moment to do something, I will allow that.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think he wants to keep distance from them. If they're coming in his direction,
Yeah.
he's going to try to move away from them, but within the sources of light in the area. He doesn't want to go into like the woods, into the shadows and shit. So he's going to try to stay within the thing, but they're playing tag now.
Sounds good.
He's like,
And they're just gonna keep following you. So whoever wants
The
to
most
go next,
dangerous
by all
game.
means. Yeah, literally, just with shadow and darkness.
what's on the paper?
Whoever
He's,
wants to go.
yelling.
Bring the paper.
Yeah, Gavin's running away. Gavin's not
I'm
running away, but you're
panicking.
moving away. Yeah, you're panicking. So whoever decides to help them out, that's who goes next.
I assume Ash.
go.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hell yeah.
Ash.
Love that.
Ash.
Wow.
I was thinking if anybody else wanted to before I did something stupid.
Whatever attack you want to roll. What attack are you going for? Is it
Brawl.
action? Do it. Roll that. Roll.
Oh, that beautiful
I'm
game
say
footage.
game footage. That's not funny. Roll
Four
that
successes.
beautiful-
I want to spend willpower to reroll those three.
I will say, actually do it if you want. I know what you're trying to
Why
do. You're
not?
trying to overdo it. Why not?
Well,
I'll
I'm
be
a little
nice.
silly
Do it.
guy. That's
Oh,
two more
geez,
deaths.
That's no. That's actually 3 more, so that's 7 overall. Yeah, you punch this thing, and right as you punch it, it's gone.
Listen, I've
There's
done
nothing
nothing
left.
to help this entire time except for this. This is what we came here for.
You helped by going first and being a meat shield.
And your character is very attractive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just
It's
start
easy on the
wailing.
eyes.
Now, as you
You're
do that,
easy
there's
on the
nothing
eyes.
else around you. You still have that one light that's very red, but as mentioned, Journey, you pick up a piece of paper,
What's in the box?
and you have a weird moment, and I'm gonna go off your willpower roll because you're fine. You have a weird moment reading it because it literally details the journey. Journey. Didn't mean it that way, but that's funny now. The actual journey that the 4 of you took going down the path. It's like 4 people on it. It's basically describing the 4 of you in very vivid fiction detail going down the pathway in
Burn a
pursuit of your prey.
Huh.
And then you flip the paper over probably, and you just see the tree symbol again. For the cult thing that was talked about in town. I will say for your unseen edge though, 100% is pointing that effigy. It's
Okay.
going off on that thing like if it was lit up like a Christmas tree.
I guess then I will take out the utility knife that I have because it's a flint and tinder on it.
Yep.
Or flint and steel.
I'll-
And start striking
My
it up.
question is this ace? You're just gonna light it on fire? Just light it immediately?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be like, alright. Well actually wait, can I roll? Well I know it's the effigy, but I did take my specialty being a cult. Can I use my cult roll to know about like whether this is the best idea?
Yeah, roll it. Let's see what happens.
Cult plus wit or
Cult plus
resolve?
I think it's we'll go with intelligence.
Okay.
Because you're trying to think about it.
And because can I add curiosity or inquisitive to it?
I will allow that.
Okay, just one or both.
And I will and I will say at this just add 1. Yeah.
Okay.
1 extra.
Nice.
Dice.
5.
Oh, 5. Hey.
5.
5. Oh yeah, it is 5. Interesting. Yeah, you should burn this.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just start being like,
Yep. For the others, and here's press it. You immediately like go to light it. It immediately erupts into flame, and maybe the others look at you doing that, like, whoa, 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 fire! We're in the woods. The flame stays specifically just on that effigy. It does not touch the tree it's connected to. It doesn't touch anything on the ground. It specifically lights that effigy. And what's weird is the red flame starts to dim out. Lit is the effigy, and you hear a horrible scream as if it's coming from it, and then the flame, after about 10-20 seconds, immediately consumes it and is no longer there. And you just once again, and this is where it gets funny, for Journey, who had a flashlight, the flashlight wasn't working. It's back working now. It's completely lit up.
cool.
And to make it weirder, your piece of paper, not there anymore.
So like
Just
that
as
was
if you had it in your hands,
totally-
and then you look at your hands, it's gone.
So like you guys gotta admit, like for a weird supernatural entity, that was pretty weird, right?
I mean, what it could be. It's not sliding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
Take a minute there, Brett.
Are you like okay, Gavin?
He
Do you need
I
like a
am, like,
It's a
minute?
lot
Okay.
of money for him.
I am both like, okay, and I also need. What was on the paper?
Oh, it was like a total narrative about us coming up here. Like it was all about us, and it talked a lot. Like there was quite a bit about it, about like Ash's abs. Like I kind of
Like
felt a
a
little
paragraph?
fan fiction. Yeah, like it felt a little fan fiction-y.
That sounds like some stupid
That is
video game
weird.
bullshit.
In lots of different ways. Where's the paper?
Oh, it disappeared as soon as I like set that effigy on fire.
All right.
Damn, I would have liked to read that.
Oh, and it
I'll
did
look
also
after that.
on the back. It also did have that symbol of it, of the tree thing from the tree cult. So there's that. Is the light gone, by the way? Although you said the light dimmed and went away, right?
The red light's
So-
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You only light you have right now is if you still have that lantern lit, it's lit, but also your flashlight specifically has turned back on.
Be interested to see if this released the memories of some of the people in the town. If they were being.
I don't think that one incident out of a lot is gonna fix all that. I doubt this is
Yeah.
resolved.
Yeah, something does kind of tell me that this was like just a little bit of like maybe like a finger of a hand kind of scenario. That's what I kind of feel like.
But not the middle finger.
Might have been the middle finger.
I think the middle finger would be worse. But really quick, hold on, let me. And he turns to Ash. And he says,
Poof.
Ash,
Yeah.
Ash, do you think we've seen the last of the tree cult? Would you like to say that in a dramatic way?
I don't think we've seen the last of the tree cult.
All right, let's get the fuck
They'll
out
be
of
back.
here.
As you say that,
I'm gonna look one
And
more
where we will
time.
end.
Smoldering.
Yeah, there we go.
as you say that in a very
Like,
action movie way,
Were you like
and where I
were you like
we will-
saying that to me? Because you were like looking in my direction. Was that
Oh
because
my
I'm
God.
by the
I love that this is a
effigy?
little more silly than it needs to be. As you
This
say
is the
that, Ash,
conversation as we walk away.
we're going to.
And
This is where we'll end it on. Is this thing I'll describe? You make your way back up. You do probably take a second to look back where that effigy was, and it's weird. It's like there was no fire whatsoever. Maybe you flash the light where the torches are. Torches are no longer on the trees. It's like there was nothing in that scene whatsoever. For Journey specifically, you don't sense anything is off anymore. It's just like it's like that. I have to call it this. I'm sorry. It's like that spider sense is just no longer going off. It's just now everything feels great. Feels fine. When you do walk back up the path, you go past those two flashlights I mentioned that were on the fritz. You probably pick them up again. For some reason, they're working just fine. It's like they were never broken. You go by that general store. What's weird about the general store is you can now flash a light in and it does show inside, but if you go and check on the inside, it's as if everything that had been thrown about is no longer there. The place has been picked clean. Completely. There's no items in there anymore. They're all gone. And then the thing that 100% makes you stop, all four of you, is you get back to where the parking lot is. The only car there is yours. The SUV is
No.
gone.
Like I said, the
Convertible's
town's
gone.
fucked up.
I wanted that car.
Oh my
And the motorcycle
god.
is gone. And
Don't
as you
worry,
probably
Mouse.
drive back into town to
It's
see if
the
people
worst
are
day of my
okay,
life.
maybe get some coffee and pie, because coffee and pie, oh my.
Well, we
That's where
have
we'll
to.
end
Yeah.
tonight. That's where we'll end tonight. Is
And
this
we'll
your
play.
car driving off back into town?
Hell yeah.
Classic
Good
dad
car.
rock
That was
playing
fun.
in the
The
distance.
P in RP.
Oh, yeah,
is
100%.
for pie.
Oh my god,
Yeah, the
what if
P
we're actually
always
just
stands for pie.
we are totally the figment of other people's imaginations. Like I always thought. I told you the sun is a construct and the earth doesn't exist.
God, oh my God.
Okay.
Journey, if we were figments of another person's imagination, I would be a lot cooler.
Yeah,
David
I have
Lynch
like
somewhere
10
is
more
Well,
laughing
months
right
maybe-
now.
Maybe, Gavin, your whole deal is the fact that you're being like controlled by a person who's trying to broaden their range by being the straight man in a situation.
All right, let's end the stream and then jam out.
Yeah, this is where we're
We'll
going.
continue to roleplay with our characters.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you guys so much. It's weird always having a system that you've never
Don't
played
apologize.
before, because it's always hard to explain mechanics in the moment, but all four of you were great. I'm glad that you
Hell yeah.
hopefully had fun. Hopefully. Horror stories are always interesting, because it's either I'm going to Call of Cthulhu style, I'm going to kill everyone, or I just want you to experience something very weird and make it feel unsettling. So one of those middle grounds hopefully was hit today. In terms of inspo, because I did say I was going to talk about it, 100% been playing too much Alan Wake, thinking about too much Twin Peaks with coffee and pie, and then weird Evil Dead, because the woods are never right in Evil Dead. Don't go in the woods. Don't ever go in a cabin in the woods. It's not worth it.
And there's no shortage of like Pacific Northwest horror, but like I think of like the game Life is Strange 2 came up in my brain.
Life is Strange too,
First
which
one.
oh god,
The first one for me.
yes.
Yeah, but yeah.
The
two
first
is
one. I also just realized I said two, but I meant it as just one because I love the first one so much. What we will do is go in reverse order of introductions, which is we will start with James. Tell us who you are. I know I just said your name, but tell us who you are, what you got coming up next, where we can find you online. Plug all the things away, bud.
I'm James. I geek James 513 pretty much everywhere on the internet. I primarily play Pathfinder, and on High Shelf Collective on Monday, that is exactly what I'll be running for the first time over there. And then that's really it. I don't have too much planned outside of going to college, so this voice will stay here forever. This is now my voice.
It will forever be in Batman voice, and I'm proud of you for that. Next up, Doc.
Hi, I'm Doc. I exist on hotel Wi-Fi only. This was great. So Nate, thank you. This was fantastic. And this is my first time not only playing Hunter, but any World of Darkness Renegade Studios
nice.
game. Yeah, like I've never played Vampire, never played anything else. And so this was delightful, and I had a lot of fun, and I liked the dynamic within our group. Let's see, what do I have going on? Let's look at my calendar. Monday night here on Lost Caravan RPG is the Spooky Ooky special Call of Cthulhu week premiere of our new Fallout campaign that will continue on following Mondays. And I am Sir Lance, a Mr. Handy robot who malfunctions and thinks he is a knight. So you should absolutely come by and see me and Sir Lance and the rest of our cast. I can't wait. And sounds like this week is going to be a spooky little premiere. And then on Thursday of next week, I am in Turk's Delta Green Black Sat game. So for Call of Cthulhu week. And then on Saturday the 17th, I'm running my own Delta Green campaign called Night on Owl's Head Mountain. And that's good enough. That's good enough for me. But I'm on Doc Rimbo on the socials and the Twitch.
Awesome. Cyberella.
Hello, I'm Cyberella. I'm also sorry, I'm brain dead all of a sudden. This is from playing a Valley Girl cultist for way too fucking long.
I love it though.
Yes, I'm so
So
sorry
great.
for her. Anyways, sorry. I'm Cyberella Draws. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky as Cyberella Draws, and on Tumblr Sootchild, because I'm not consistent. And that's where I do a lot of drawings. I didn't do any drawings for this game, but I did draw my character, so you can see that. As far as where you can find me, I will be here again on Saturday, next Saturday, for another Black Stat, Delta Green game, where I'm going to see if I can survive Turk. So
We
far I haven't.
are.
Well, so far I
Aren't we
haven't.
all?
Let's find out if I can. We'll see if I can do that. Other than that, the following, the Saturday after that, which is what, the 24th? Yes, the 24th, I'll be in High Shelf Collective for the first time from Morkenborg, so I have no idea what the hell that is, but I'm gonna find out, and so will
Yes.
you.
Fucked up.
An
And
amazingly wonderful system.
And that's me.
I am looking forward to that because Morkborg is a fun, bizarre death metal of a system.
Yeah, I have no
next
idea what
up,
it is, but I'm
Alice.
about to find out.
You're in for a wild ride with that game. Trust me.
Hi
Alice.
guys, my name is Alice. I use they them pronouns tonight. I was playing Mal Gilbert. So if you really like seeing me, tune in tomorrow because you're gonna see me twice. Yes,
Yeah.
because at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be running Trophy Dark for a few people as a group of treasure hunters try to steal from the ocean of the Pacific Northwest, and that is going to go great because nothing bad ever happens in Caravan of Cthulhu or Trophy Dark. For the record, Trophy Dark's all about killing your friends and betraying people and letting the horrors of the wild help you do that. And probably about an hour or two after the end of that, you'll see me playing my character tonight, Ant, in Danny's Call of Cthulhu game tomorrow at 8 Eastern as well. So if you really want to support children and terrorize the players and want to see more of me, definitely tune in for like 12 full hours of it tomorrow. After that, you will see me on Thursday nights over on Enchanting Sorcery Productions, where I play a Kunari warrior in the Dragon Age series, The End of Love. And then on Saturday, I will be here for one more Caravan of Cthulhu game, where I'm actually going to be joining Cyberella and Doc in Turk's Delta Green game. I doubt I survived that one either. And then starting on Fridays, on August 23rd, you will catch me in our Cyberpunk Red series, House of Red, every other Friday, where I am playing a Netrunner that has the ego the size of a small planet. For everything else that I do, you can follow me on my social medias. Those are usually going to be something Alice Hart, or if the adult film star has stolen that username from me yet again, it will be Hellion Hart, like it is, I think, right here or somewhere. I think we pass it back over to Nate.
Before I do my outro, thank you to the four of you, because I know this was the first time playing this style of game. You were great. I personally love when you get 8 or 9 dice you get to roll all at once, and all I see on Foundry is my entire screen explode, and it causes my screen to freeze for a second. So who knows, maybe your awesome diceness is what caused me to phase out of existence for half a second. That was fun.
Maybe the real dice was
Possible.
the friends we made along the way.
The real dice is the friends we made all along. Hi everyone, my name is Nate. I was our storyteller for this game. If you like, you can find me on Instagram at IndieNate, INDIE Nate. I'm also on the website that has a letter that looks like this, at Nate_B. In terms of upcoming stuff, I have too many things that I had to literally grab a post-it note and remember what I was doing. Tomorrow on Sunday evening, I will also be in the same game Alice talked about. I'll be in Danny's game of Call of Cthulhu, which will be interesting because there's maybe a similar setting. Tune in, find out. It's fun. That on August 12th, on Monday, James is running a Pathfinder game on HSC that I get to play in, and I've now become a convert to Pathfinder. So
It's okay, we're gonna kill God.
I mean, that sounds like a
any
fun
good
time.
JRPG.
So I was gonna say you're playing Final Fantasy.
Which is, funny enough, a great segue into the fact that on August 26th, I'm running a one-shot of Fabula Ultima on HSC that is 100% inspired by maybe an obsessive love for Final Fantasy, specifically Final Fantasy XIV. You'll find out. It might have a similar setting to something I ran a few months ago. I'll leave it at that. And then some point this month that I cannot tell you because I don't know if we're actually streaming this on the day that we're running it. It might be a pre-record. I also have a one-shot of Fallout that I will be running that will be very interesting because I'm using the setting of 4, which is my hometown of Boston. So I'm getting really, really nerdy with accents, and I apologize in advance. It's going to be extremely wicked bad. With that,
Never apologize.
Only if
I'll
you
never
lose
apologize for my
baseball.
accent. Oh, 100%. See, there you go. It's already kicked in. Before we go and raid the wonderful, wonderful channel that is, oh god, I just had Enchanted Sorcery. Before we do that, just a reminder, hey, this is a charity week. We're trying to raise funds for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. It's a program dedicated to providing medical care to thousands of injured and ill children who would otherwise lack local access to care. Also, any donations we make or you make that are over $10 enters you into our free or to our giveaways that are going on as well. Please, any donation helps. This is an amazing thing to help out right now because it's very much needed. So just anyone who's donated tonight and today, thank you so much for donating. It means the world. You're doing a wonderful thing. And with that, we're gonna go raid Enchanted Sorcery. So till then, stay spooky. Keep watching horror.